my answer say on newspapers no me dem say chairman won to me dia tente
enka take time
odi tente my wom onim
onyamba mu
enno chairman won to me fa na wie okay my answer krata ekura we
adwa the chronicles of krata so na wo ka koko ho asem yesu kopie mu e wo voter lake ni so a cocoa smuggling business no ade achese ano ayedin wo honum ye pa enu ntino NIB ene custom for yesi enche omo beyen collabo na chese wo mo atiesim na wo mo akwa na wo na wo yesa ni nyina so no
ene the big one no
ajire eye wo mo emu
cocoa smuggling business booms on Volta Lake.
Yes.
Wow. Dr. Randiabe eja dem it was customs anyway National Investigations Bureau eba be collaboration
na arrest akoso
Volta Lake no some cast the navy for nam so anamboa
say onam ho
because so pa
enti board chairman no so or role be play board chairman Dr. Samuel Fosuampofo
Elder Samuel Fosuampofo
you omu nyina omu
okay enti amafo nam Volta Lake so the cocoa no or most smuggle the Kwaman for my so a bit the Togo. So Volta Lake no no eben and no Volta region and a face cement if him na ho so ben Togo it's a Togo no the come to Togo born ye Ghana there it's a Sir Jerome Bass ansem we ye no ebebo ho komo almost a few one betum to omna meka ho asem na ye nti my to so JM Lord's pioneering role of Margins ID group in Ghana's digital space okay yabo mabaso
mabo adwuma e de aboa tinna chese na ekoso ntino I think say we ne nsam mienu ayedi nkrata we mu attention na no pay and na mekita the Ghanaian Times
and before Ghanaian Times ma akranso emfa de nimrem
lovely Piesie chama twi chama poi chama fish chama twi chama poi chama fish
and no so den
in this year time na oh this fat so ma be
on fat so ma say
chama twi onu chama twi
sami ni muna kan wasem una kura krata mi
ba to fa daily post into so ma me chama twi chama pui chama fish tanana
minim sa shamali ene bo ene bi sa mata twi
wa mo chama
mata fish ba wa mo
chama pui
would to be takes cover in a hospital after arrest and interrogation by Yoko.
I got power. I have the power. Me, I have the power. Position come to me, you don't I have the power. Chama twi chama fish.
Eti anu I say CID chiremu.
And yes simple. As I'm guessing daily post there ba. And I know be say no na Bernard Tribosi agoyeke chama wuntu me santimante mo tetena ni ma NPP amanyuko no wonim se okopwe mo si adi fo akache ena ni 3 days no koy and okoy no woko bisa na asem ko ebiem bi no si chama ko na noa brande no omra ti noa ena okopwe mo si adi se ne ni nyina security agencies woguso wori ensem dodo no ma hwehwem ti noa so okopwe mo si adi fo won akache okoye no mso ontwen kakra mbo no nwa bi sa honom oh si adifu tutu na anu wie ya na so ana yokofu nso bam
ati yokofo be fa no yes kwan ya yokofo fa so fa ase ye wo from
you
buji ya mema mro ya na ya tabri wuntu miti se nwa
so our power you have the power
that's how we do now
Peter
I have the power.
I have the power. I have the power. Oh, say me ready. Man, this is I have the power. It is a rumble style. You have the power until you have to resist.
But I think say Yoko for here nanka womo invite nanka obeba. Eti kwan ya fa so etabiri no na me hunu say MPP for ye na ye ka say enye yemfa kwan sa emfa invite ni pa wa ebone a mini yewura Roxanne the fear me ko ya adwen say e ba ne say ma government ne bad image wontumi nwane nko ba bia wom say wa ye bone amanfo kekan na ye ma no koko road wanye wa diska no ye say okoji sika wo ye say Exim Bank say den say odukodo ebro wankodo afa wie na Ghana ebro ni ha ensem ne de bebre eti wo hia na wo invite na on na lawyer for beba I don't think so Sassy now, no.
If a whole governor, I agree with you.
Yes, we all believe so.
Rumble style, no, I agree with you.
That no question. Yes, time I able to radio XYZ mutama ne wa jiringa no kwa mo fire kasa kese om de buy and man for kataka to many and then om de buy enye it is a bay say radio bi ya de na bi an nkrata wu na wa mewinu na ekotuma eno kwase ye ne sa
o vessel ti asem no vessel ka asem no enka o
eti wontumi yenim se wodi bone aha eti matche no
omo boko ti enye no boko
kona ntansa ne bono na wontumi anyi no ho ano na mera ni dina edi no
okay mate enti wo daily post mu by whole governor owo tumi sa a whole sentimental governor
and what the newspaper be the by say or your prime minister
enti wo daily post mu Piesie onya be betumi akinkan asa fufu na no pe daily post e dia ba no o say time for
train mame kwa mama no so sisia mame ne lawyer eno kan hwere afọ akwantwetwe nkomo wono eka wontumi legal team ne ho lawyer Enoch anhwere afọ akwatem ka Dwabo Ase dwumade yesu ne live on Power FM na TV XYZ Matthew Ora hello
Pastor Timenka
ane metonka Ora Enoch anhwere afọ akwa anopai chama wontumi wo he
said Munino and Rada Bra on the Criminal Investigations Department every in Kitano. Nana, the National Security Operatives were FANO and Neko Yoko for Akache. I don't see because or Yoko for Akache.
Or the Honra
or Yoko for Akache.
Okay, and why you fast so no. My interviews I would do bebre any people paying for chemo says our kwan no and your kwan pa minim say ono so a similar concern about that na eno amudi na chi ekoye bepem na no yoko for say dientina wo moto wo mo safre no
currently he's been interrogated okay interrogation here na munim say last week National Security Operatives be the warrant and combo run for search be mono the two abonte mamu na mu TV e mamu mo tie for nyina so e kai CID for to o monta friend ma untumi e ma untumi se ne ho dodo no eno ntie no nyame ya do ma ejuada the doctor for aman coin say ejuada nyame bo a obetimi abo anan aba CID for say eno mo abaye ahudi a wota so mo ni yes anti ahudi no okay. If it's last week in Adina, not Jama to me now on Saturday Homeka. There's also no say by before see Yawa, no say open algebra na over. And Jabra and no I brought now in Kitahudino as an interrogation a question in na health condition or not inside the engineer stopper. I don't see as part of the processes no. Okay, the national security structure now. Omo doctors any idea of how more referring say omo so monitor the health condition na omo ntimi assist no ewo ne health issues ne ho until say obetini recover fully na omo any not one kita be so here can say am doctor for am green light no your client when the condition no improve said the ya and kita hodia and rather a share no obetini atwa then we continue from there. Until the condition never improve, we are rich. Say the party, said you owe us again, and I did the hour of my utility a year. And for Crown, study almost I also say Yare. And Yare, we been home of Pesel Bobo Yariaban. Even you can't wish that for your own enemy. Said you Yare born into one, I say Yare and Kano. Now, Jim. Yeah, you can, or only ye ever home. A course CID interrogation and a question in the course, or the any more than so Emma CID for Abana Lieutenant check. And there's nothing untoward. You may have your allegations, or you may have your aspersions, or you may cast innuendos, but the respondent also has his response to any issues that we really examine. Gradually, we believe that the process has just started. I don't more fine, not processes maybe I shall say, found quite more money ball one, like the bread near me motive for so academic.
It is Sabria Yakasa de Chama to me a doctor for a channel Ewoyoko.
A doctor for a channel. Now, you could say, I wouldn't want to disclose where he is, but a doctor for a channel.
Wamma mo kwaya ma no ankasa ne personal doctor ebemu.
Say the medical catch no. Unya could be national security for NCMOA. Almost taxes honmoa. The omo doa omo doctor for omo issue or condition is stable. And once he is in the hands of the national security, it is their fervent responsibility. So we make sure say the person in their custody and also the person in their hands, the health conditions improve or friend sound said they are won't kita hudi or money so or which me or they know respond to near or money no
okay. Eti chama to me eko duru ho enrano se ne usika se na oka no ho e CID headquarters na che se ye tam no de ne koye no muso mu de akire ko yoko ho ntem muko duru ho no se yoko fo frewa ye be se obana se ya akonwa si wo ma o se tena so ya o tena se ya ye bisa o kwan so e ka kire o se ade ABCD ntina ya frewo nti bra be yi ano me no nkomo twetwe mu no ma wa mama ti asese interrogation course kakra ansana na no hododo no a wo mokope a doctor for Emma wo mbehwe no eti die poti ntina yokofo ka se wo ma frɛ no
it is highly unethical on my part interrogation the national security structure primarily non-disclosure. And it wouldn't be proper coming from my mouth as part of his legal team. Say maybe can come a course or whole natural. But the meeting here standing up, what do we see for United say interrogation as such. Also adding the responses, Emma, and young man and Pompuxi. And then they did. I will your interrogation, Now say somebody taking a caution statement. I taking a caution statement. Whatever he's cautioned on, you know my for also assuage. And now, if finally he's charged with any offense, it might see for assunti. It might see for assuage in Peter Hudilia Kubia.
I don't pay what would chairman and Tribosiako wound to me.
Oh, Minya, I think I'm the na baby or one not for fat processes in him said that they are Mihuno, na Peter Hudilia or one.
Okay, maminjawo na kona afe wia bibiania yemra won chena yensa emra metwetwe komo emfa eyesa ensemwe ho yada se ene mra unya edema me nemum medidi Piesie imana mi producer na ofre wo no why yo mera se lawyer eno kan hwira fo akwa wuntumi chema Bernard Ntwibosi akon Ashanti regional chairman of the MPP ni legal team no kan ho bia enra na ono so di na chie call CID ho a ti tena newspapers ni bi dia ba se wuntumi ho mfa no no kore wa chire mu dia mai se enra through during the interrogation no na ne condition enye ntina se wono etumi etwentwen so na a doctor for etena ne nche ba no pay wonyanduru ho nti onim se na eche ma wontumi ho enso etienti yakwakote sankoba na ba mayento a eyenkrata no so tew
Daily Post as a full day about say time for Ghana to adopt bold energy strategies. Energy Minister John Abdullah Jenapon Orika sasemi ntunya bia obetumi akenkan wakrata fight so anange ne fie nom asem full na no pay Daily Post Adiaba no say TEP alleges irresponsible mining by GNSSM Secretary. Ghana National Association of Small Scale Miners one secretary and a team him say ono so din ho for kwamboni so ayafa de ereto fema gudi wo maimuno and no pay Daily Post de hu amane bo abanam so or the type mpanyefo yi ora Charles McCarthy and yi kwadwo ebu a nipa be no o de won funu
eti se we mu de ya nuanom ne omo
nuanom
wa mo ta ba fie ha pa na
obeba so
no tip no omo se saying Ghana National Association of Small Scale Miners no secretary no you say oye irresponsible mining ewo Eastern region asem we bobo ba last week na amanfo anoma bi sugu masum kakra e ma mete ba mantini ye eti tip for no say yetumi ne omo kasa ko bi e bo ade say ne number wa ha ya
anytime
eti ya ne omo
friend ko bi obeba studio on the chance
bakati because we to me nkoka Ghana National Association of Small Scale Miners na won ko di post wo mse secretary na fe galamse na kwan ayese yemfa so nya mining na wo de wa mane afiri ho na wakwa kotie nsuo mu eye galamse ese hwehwe sansem no mo adoa
memfa Ghanaian Times e obokrata no ento aso na Ghana mampanyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni mfonyi da ha no mu se ya wo kirem sese so my Ghana ekatwitwi dia na chese chichire ye kon no enam sidi na ho odin a chese ekoso no ntinam sama eswate chese no so no
eswate by 150 billion
yes antino na chese nia etodwa eno no na eye peasant farmers
and I say dollar na e call from ntina mana banisa
so ba asro no
eno na mana banisa ti say nanka ye kwa kotua kana se Ghana e de eka ti say $100 nanka Ghana be hia Ghana sika no 1570 eno po de say okwa koto na bonte anwe a obetumi ato no be say bia 16 series it say eno no be say 1600 na wode akwa kotua woka wode nipa ne ka dollar mu ba wusi di nyenti no okwa ohia sidi bebre nti say ya dollar no so ate no say okwa kotua ne ka say wode 1040 Ghana ene be kwa kotua sa aka no nti ama Ghana ye ka no so ate eti eye pa let's say Dr. Kesela Toba is really forcing
yes sasika semi na himachi menya ne tie say Russia fo akoto 3 billion missiles akopem wo Ukraine 300,000 oh yes in America so still see no so be say Russia Ukraine war
I'm to bomb back we see Ghana
it's all got 3 billion missiles yes still and then pay as we speak 10 cedis 36 pesos
enche and Ghana
it's one missiles
at the back of Ghana for rate no everybody enche acha 8 na ba
so what to some missiles in echi you must me nko you want the other family so
eti adwa eti finish na Ghanaian Times no the big one
peasant farmers for no mo che say o ma you ready say no buy no bedo na emo mu hia input ebeboa
support us with inputs to increase productivity Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana ye kede say na ye ka hwe ye Ghana Moses anim no a otwe ede yakobo asase so honorable erikopoku ono na Ghana Moses a wodi enim ede yakobo asase so se common den the second messiah ono na ye ka hwe enim na se o defeat Ghana about the kwanketenkete ba wo mu roll out sa ne manema no a na agric ministry your friends say trade ministry no so e roll out programs a ye de be ba ye agri businesses enti no so no peasant farmers no mo fa wo mani enhwe ho na ye koy enim akra and
then wanga baba te ye you must be face
yeah my face eti wontumi nsensem no yeguso a ye de honsem ebetumi abrel ewo efide so abo no so pepepe wo fide mu ha ma ye ko na ye ko fa agudie mu nsem emfa embre na me ka mo sa no pay me pese sika eba obotom Power FM it is something amazing aba ni nyina ene se ye boa wa ma waka bye to hustling and I say ahokere obotom aye dry odun sese obotom na obo se akwakosi ebo so say ka na won say ya because kapre kudi l'argent ega ebi eni ubotomenti ene we use MTN and I say Telecel and can Vodafone na say wo mobile money wo so kakra wo ma mem ka kire o say dial *274# ye choose can pay ya emo 10 o'clock na ya draw no ye draw na obedi 500 Ghana cedis it's about *274# *274# no mensa ka promo no wo kwa obo *274# ni we na wa choose Power FM bon se Power FM no ho making fandi atenase a obo no phone no dem tabo bi pa wo mu din so mo nka ma obi nte ba number ne ba ha na me bobo na yo na ma mehu me bo din am obi ati ofiefo bo se wodiska wo me fra ba sirisiri bi if your boys na your wild pa and star 274 hash eno wo TV no so no wo ye pena wa choose Power FM, choose Power FM we are na wa follow prompt na aka no wa be ka cho say take it dodo sen and opese auto take it back be 5 cities it is our 10 cities and now to 2 into 2 na baba show wo 50 cities na wa ka say auto 10 to 10 na 250 Ghana auto 20 and we 100 Ghana until the more now we can auto ticket 55 no now chances of winning no so high ti ano pay ya what now so every big nibi yempo dwumadi na men sorry so no na we di 500 Ghana cedis ya dia ya na send momu nibi me na me kire kwan no ti star 274 hash let's go now so kodi bi kai 18 years I want to me entwabi na your NL Caritas platform no so and I this dwumadi we abro Power from kwa and I this ye mensa ka promo e de bro a good e bon sem ebre e na so yi kojo for su fund ya transfer no pay wa se na tade check shirt na wa rim sa na wa penny bracelet bi e de atonin sa no no trinum afro man akwaba
Piesie video so
bibi aboko
bibi fantastic
nice
because we say Muhammad Boejuma
sao
Muhammad Boejuma say yemu Muhammadin keke body di na say bibi di actually
sao
we kai I mean emra na NPP also no say chema want to bo Muhammadin Muhammad obowa say ade obowa Muhammad obetimi aye adwuma
all right
Muhammad aye adwuma
bekeka ukom kuruma sa ne bebeka bekeka bekeka se mama wo bo dwuma
osa emra okrom ha we den obi anu oso se emra okrom
na da se wutumi ase ono so sports seminar ya na ode ne hujim so oyokotokoni
ondo se na se kra ba so okoto Chelsea kra
I make
I so okoto Chelsea na we ntimi anko ankoto
all right emra ne ko mo hwehwemu ya ko enim.
All right, Piesie Okrah be kwara nsemra so sagure mu sia poapoa no se Power Morning Sports ye fa emesom e Dwabo Ase chumedie se Power 97.9 Fertility XYZ and so o share kabaka some no endorse mo dey kan tie no and we can announce wetimi atene bububrem the Unity Cup and also etimi asha sedra Jamaica etimi a qualify ko piem of finals ye ho nsem and Ghana and so e be gina kone de ho nsem ba coach Otuado etimi akasa kakra e da fa game na nyame adoma ne ba so ye ho nsem ma o show so coach Abubakar Watara wakasa bebre age blame ni na e da to no say has of folk entimi am perform this season no or the blame ni na ato ho so e de ho nsem no ma na onim say enche kra nyame adoma Friday ya na say Division 1 league playoff no baso hwan ana qualify 11 wonders qualify and say hwan mo ana qualify ko pie mu e the Ghana Premier League next season ye ho sem mana okopie mo no nso dia nsem doso koso hwan say CAF etimi da ba Bonti Stadium sa ade so betimi esi akan WAF corner baso enche no ye ho sem ma shows ne mo share so say Roger Emmanuel the sports monarch and afi Justice Ebotela the boy bomachidom say producer me Martina say no pem den sem no promoting I'm saying the prince himself F to the A and DY fund but me say na me fama de kwa pim the Unity Cup koso Landry and Brentford GTech community stadium and a matches nyina koso kama kandrata and timi sha say there say match share so Jamaica for omone oman team Trinidad and Tobago and timi boy the wiase no na say Jamaica for timi ato atena miensa ama Trinidad for etimu mienu pay said okopiem dia Jamaica for a qualify akopiem finals Australia say ne match kese ba ko no so ebetimi abaso eno Nigeria and oman Ghana and the division so kama kan be win no next so kwako shia Jamaica for and so finals and 31st ya de ho sem no and so na okopiem Ghana the Blasters of Ghana camp dia I dare say said I want the training na amara pia bibia against a net match
omo ebe poro so unim say there's some be on the 6th Monday no and some started training and some started camping 16 players no omo de say they can and so be kan homa bibia camp no ayefu abibia konkan e de Emma the Blasters of Ghana. Now unim say coach Otuado ono and the head coach at the Mother Blasters of Ghana. I say ban and he said Ochewo say Unity Cup we no neniache say Ghana emu me friendly match then so hu ni say etimi ebe boa na hu ni players na face and neniache say all my young players no opportunity am on so hu am say na be ya World Cup qualifiers no obe hu players a obeton sa e dey afro omo.
It's like I said, it's a good test, and it's for our confidence will be good for the upcoming games. And for us, we really need to know. We have so many open questions on players, and I'm happy to give also some new and young players some possibilities to play and to show what they can. And surely after this tournament, some questions will be answered. And yeah, for us also, we have a big community here in England. It's very, very important for us also for them to see and feel the players, and so for us it's a very, very good opportunity to play in this, participate in this.
Etero and head coach at the Blasters of Ghana, Papa Team Eddie Otuado and Sam ala yeti Eddie and so Eddie ama yefro no ne nkopiem e won sem fofo mu dia onimi say Ghana they say call up no and I say possible lineup at Ghana ebetimi ayusu enne no amehwe na memfa ebi ento ho emfama da na say and goalkeeper ye hwe nim so betimi other post no enne edema Ghana Benjamin Asare sanso ana nkopiem dia Kamadin Mahmoud and I feel Gideon Mensah, Aaron Essel, Stephen Ambrosio, Afe Razak Simpson, Salis Ahmed, Salis Abdul Samed, Majid Ashmeru, and I Christopher Bam Bonsu, and I feel Kwame Poku, and Jordan Ayu, Sam Rantewe, and he said Coach Otuado. Ebetimi eda kind of first lineup no na bibia etimi akonkan ya de ho nsem no enso e want hwe nim se Ghana ebetimi asha Nigeria na se Ghana akosha Jamaica finals ami aduma ene 6:45 ana match no basu kama eda ho nsem no ma will show no so tie free the Blasters of Ghana and sensemu ne nkopiem na ne akopiem the girls Accra had to focus ho and so kopiem the head coach Edema had to for upon the team Eddie Abubakar Watana no Tamante or PM or TV XYZ no expose profile so I say expose so Emmanuel Roger Emmanuel Etina sense on any team come I will show us na Abubakar to da so no dear or say has to focus in there but no ready say bibia ebetimi akonkan na fans na omo criticizing omo kaso omo no homo this season no or so no dey who is normal it's so we head coach na say onya call up and say onya call every has work say brother form team no na coach mo so you ready say already say normal koya e bo abaso and afi normal koya fans no and so ebe criticize o
say see about so you must prepare yourself for everything the two extreme because extreme na papa Dwabo Ase and you criticize it. If you are not expect all these things, I think you are not ready to come to us. The supporters of us are cool, are standing the matches, and again they criticize now. If you say normal, it's normal.
And I saw what car at 2 dead who said about Yenon, and I saw so twice so and so or Jitum say I dare said this is a cut 2 games where next to the Ghana Premier League and it's me Abane we name or Jitum say a car or Kahobi as a house no more want to be and Ankoye Alpha Momo until the house of folk this season or main to me Anya the arm lifted trophy. This I said this is Omo Baron. And someone is so many and it's on person to me a winning air trophy as a Ghana Premier League this season, but it no maybe Anko Nemo on for what a more be a little no Kasa and I just supporting you at the abonus.
That's the one for no satisfaction in term but like I say anyone. But our objective to achieve something but like I say 1, 2, 3 things been a mistake be and I must say achieving the person achieving. When we're talking about the mistakes, though, it's not about the players, about the so no, it's my own.
Okay.
I will take that responsibility.
Okay.
Because I'm writing everything, I'm studying everything.
Entiano sama awaka watara editu ede ho sem around the crocromo and our sound so editu dwa eches onu se asara eye season e sha sere ade se abuka watara etimi bo justify ma se ankofo e ka se bebre se a club like House of Folk and head coach aba obo justify so to pick players amama be sia kan e ma team bi e say Accra House of no e go for break e kasa found say e entwa ye crisis House of Folk ye hu ye dey as a big club there o san koto players already made players no mo bra no me sia kan and for so Abubakar e justify e dey fa ho ansa na offer players we sia kan e dey man this season no e na wo to dan no chechem so say justify dey o boy no na hu hia e san say okwa no ni nyina players be free as e kwa mo no e kwa justify no dey den ka ho asem san say player no onim player ne da obi enedi ni ho adanse a chen o say player no etimi che the bobre say ampa or very fit and also or reach the standard of House of Folk as well etimi abo anything and justify no boy
Can't about justify, but who say in Ghana most of the players no quite justify. Yes, you found other ways to try. Well, the coaches they don't know them.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, it is a club will try to justify.
Players did this one. You told coaching direct.
What is it? We player. I go direct. I'll call you, we discuss, I'll take you to the doctor to make the what we call the medicals. I'll look. But maybe you will catch him and say, hey, well, now, hey, I want to see. Maybe a symptom.
Eno sema eno eso eti cost de ho sem no edi ama no Abubakar watara ebe piem ofia no ho sensem ana edi ama yefuro no ne ko piem e division 1 league mu enso edi onum se nyame ya to Friday way and say playoff no enso etimi e bas qualification to the Ghana Premier League no edi ho sem no eno RTU ebo ko no ene ebo ko the team edi 11 wonders for ene be seri no be wini no ono ene so akopiem mu out the Ghana Premier League next season no 2025-2026 season e de ho sem no ma no ana kopiam dia assistant coach e de bobo the RTU upon the team e de Nuruddin Sham Una ono Mohammed ono e de Sekakra atudwa echewu so say about say Rotterdam United here or say place an say so mo kopiam back to the Ghana Premier League in the hall and a bebo me san some very ready say I say 11 wonders Friday o me twa form so no back home name.
You know, since the beginning of the season, our ultimate target is to get RTU back to the Premiership. This is where we belong to. So all is well prepared and definitely.
Eno sema eno so ekos ede ho sem no ede ama e wo show no so na ye nto aso ne from 11 wonders head coach upon the team ede David Inyamba ono so ede sema to the oche say e ba no RTU go ko da onim players onim obia betimi aye to no dey Friday obetwa forms na eye wo ko the team ede 11 wonders etiakopie mu e the Ghana Premier League next season.
You can stop them from winning the game in the first half. If you have some attackers, Wisdom or Babalamu or I know them, and yeah, but we have more players. More. I know them. Yes, Coach Sapo is my senior. Okay, and I've studied his team. I watch them live, watch their videos. Okay, so I have a clear strategy on how to stop them. Okay, and I know the strength of the attackers compared to my attackers. I know the strength of them. Okay, and their weakness, everything I know. So I know that yes, with all due respect to my senior and RTU, but this game is really going to be a done deal.
Intero sema course our Division 1 League Miami draw Friday playoff no basu our Accra Sports Stadium RTU and 11 wonders for no be no next season 2025-2026 season of Ghana Premier League no ono ene ko piemu head ho sem no e de ema yefo no ko piemu amono ne ensem so dia onu se enche kra July ya I say the WAFCON basu no women's African Cup of Nation basu Morocco kama no cup etimi edaba bonti chewe say the stadium sa o me say ka no ni nyina etimi ay ready am ye de ho sem no enso mana say ana stadiums no eti ukopie the Olympic Stadium no El Rabat ukopie that where 21,000 capacity ɛna sɛ betimi afa ɛwɔ hɔ na akɔpɛ labi zauli stadium no ɛno ɛwɔ Casablanca ɛno nso ukɔpiem ɛhɔ ɛbɛtimi afa anafe Pierre Jogo stadium ɛno ɛbɛfa 10,000 capacity ɛnso ɛno nso ɛwɔ Casablanca ne nyinaa ɛbɛtimi akɔ so stadium baako ɛnsia ɛna sɛ ukɔpiem deɛ a mpanimfoɔ ɛtimi ɛde aba sɛ ɔmo ɛna sɛ ɔmɛtimi ahosti na bibia ɛtimi akɔ nkan sɛ yɛhwɛ nim sɛ the Black Queens of Ghana ɔmɛtimi akɔ na akɔbɔ na bibia ɛtimi akɔ nkan sɛ ukɔpiem deɛ apɛ ɔmo ɛsɛ ɔmo group no South Africa, Tanzania ana Mali ana ɔmo nom kɔ akɔhyɛ nti yɛhwɛ nim sɛ the Black Queens of Ghana ɛkɔpiem Morocco ɛno July 5th no ɔmo kɔpiem hɔ nom a bibia ɛbɛtimi akɔ nkan ɛnso ɛde na ahwɛ sɛ trophy no krampo no ɔmɛtimi atam na ɔmo de aba ɔman Ghana de ho nsɛm no ɛnso ɛma na Iñaki Williams ɔno Ghana ni de hyɛ osi akan ɛde ma Athletic Club ɛwɔ Spain ɛnso ɛma emu na ukɔpiem de abranteɛ no the season ɛbɛ wiɛ no ukɔ La Liga African most valuable player no Iñaki Williams ɛna san so ɛgye no last season ɔno a ɛna gyera this season no wasan so agye esi na sesan sɛ this season ukɔpiem a abranteɛ ɛba no goal and assist abranteɛ ɛtumi yɛ 14 goals ɛnso ɛde bɔ ma ne club no hesi ade waboa mo ama for the first time Athletic Club anase Athletic Bilbao ɔmbɛsi akan ɛwɔ the Champions League ne mu ɛnso ɛhɔ no ɛno in 10 years no abɔno sɛ ɛtumi aboa ama hesi ade next season Champions League ɛbɛkɔ so no Athletic Bilbao ɛnso ɛbɛtumi esi akan bi hɔ no a yɛde ho nsɛm no ɛnso ɛma na abranteɛ ne din ɛde Emin Sao abranteɛ said ukɔpiem deɛ abranteɛ no ne transfer no awia ane abranteɛ no kɔsi akan ɛde ma Hellas Verona loan ana otimi ɛkɔbɔ na Hellas Verona fo kyema ne mmɔ no ɛkɔ nkan yɛ panti sɛ deɛ mo hwɛ ni so mbɛtimi ato abranteɛ no permanent na bibia etimi akɔ kan sika betimi apie no 3.5 million euros ɛna betimi apie no bibia etimi akɔ kan otimi sign na sɛ ne contract no okɔpɛ 2029 as a contract no ebetimi akɔ wie ya yɛde ho nsɛm no ɛnso ɛma na okɔpiem ukɔpiem a bobo kwa ne team ɛde Atlanta de nɛsɛ ɔmo head coach papa ne din ɛde Piero Gasperani ɔno nso ɛyɛ head coach ɛde ma bobo kwa ne team ɛde Atlanta within 9 years ɔbɛgye Atlanta team no 9 years ana watimi agye Atlanta team no ɛde sini na so ɛwɔ hɔ no ɛsɛ papa no kyema ɛde sɛ after 9 years no season akɔ wie no ɛde sɛ ɔbɛhwɛ na watimi aka kyerɛ mpanimfoɔ so pɛso bu na ketem ɛde free bobo kwa ne din ɛde Atlanta na ɔntimi ɛnkɔ baabi foforɔ ɛde ho nsɛm no ɛnso ɛma na Jorginho sisi ɛde abrante no ɛtimi ɛne Arsenal for a party with said okopiem Brazil the Flamengo team no ɛna akɔ bɔ mo na akɔsi akan ɛhɔ 3 years contract ɛna Branton ɛtimi assign ɛsi ɛde nyame adɔ Club World Cup ɛno so ɛba bɛkɔ so July no Branton ɛbɛsi ɛsi akan ɛna ɔbɔ kɔ din ɛde ma bɔ kɔ din ɛde Flamengo Brazil a yɛde ho nsɛm no ɛnso ɛma na Branton din ɛde Matias He also etimi assign contract. Na say the verbal agreement no etimi akɔ wie ye Manchester United next season no ti bia ko kan about etimi asakan ama bo kwa the Manchester United 2030 the contract no so timi assign na bia kon kan medical school to no sign pay na say 2030 ana bia ebetimi akɔ wie skate PM no 62.5 million pounds and a team echo swap. Yet who seven and so na approach the team Jaden Henderson or no Asia can edema ayas and no bar and it's a branch in the Tibiano. I brought one show to me a free book quality Eddie Ayas and Akopiemu or back to the Premier League and also back Kopiemu El Syria no na be bear etimi a conquest so Chema Ayas no Neso Bayano with me Ayavia or shading say one show betting Bunica and so Eddie for I don't seven and so Emma will show see for 7 and see our high sister call na Dwabo Ase Jumediano and Twaso and Fa and Mount no more shadows to several Emmanuel the sports monarch and after justice Ebutila the Iron Boy Ebumechido say producer remember say and no permanent some Ebrometin I'm showing the praise himself F to the A and DY fund the Waba ye ba Dwabo Ase Jumediano Twaso amai
Tiasia no me kunu eware wo odro ene asonhwe kunso ya wo we na chi no me kwachu ba hotel pop pebi say be sepel What? A team for so crown on my yay.
Pia will not go some.
A coban son, Nikunu Antinasi.
The problem wajo and the EDEC SM bitters.
Why? Any Gia Befi. We Name the Empire. EDEC SM bitters. Timasema mami.
So wa worry mu eni jebe wie wo paya na sa wumpom agrode adaye akwana na ye kamfo EDEC SM meters Mrs. Wa oye mi onyina monno me no up one time EDEC SM meters where the
hey oba wa fa yefunu ene oba oma ne ba enufu enumbi wo ye be ma na wonya 18 na untumi enum FDA agi edwade nkratoi
adofunu ye tieto bibia eno bibia kwaba so nkokura abusia yare ben na ehawo yare ben na ya kwankura wo je chinchina wonya aniye and get to brain no we come for Lion Age Clinic Ghana and Famau ahankwa na abepima ye dey bibio esan yare abusia say yare for abepima our Lion Age Clinic Ghana Dr. Biodo Amubrasi na hofama sonkokra and ehwe yare for no ema no botono abusia say oba bepima wa haseya yes and now we are able to say syphilis, gonorrhea, candidiasis, the other people are not see a friend of vital. Yeah, probably everyone has said. Abusia, we are Bema, who was in any more, who to me, why do my any more careful now? Lion Age Clinic, Sabra, not every girl and all now, so said Bema, Mapa. So, also, so your bar, and that's how I look for who about who much now bread, but we came our Lion Age Clinic Ghana. Now, it's the first I will fear.
I don't follow motion in the soul for Fertility. A break a crane in the Yare, Anna Mendaho. Madame Fuduban, which will introduce you Lion Age Clinic Ghana man. Then 2 on a morning, the choir and the motion, a woman would do, and let me want to wow, show me the leaders was. We can feel like we can go on mouse. You should try to move. Now do know why I say.
Assalamu alaikum. Nazo don go sibiti ne. Amma ciwon da nazo da shi naga an treat na samu sauki. Bisa duk wanda zai zo musulmi duka yayi kokari ya zo na wannan asibitin ga da zai samu sauki da saukin kuma kudi ba wani charge. Insha Allah da samu sauki.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Maxwell Aziz Minsa. I'm the founder and senior doctor of Lion Age Clinic Ghana. Our mission is to provide you with exceptional herbal medicine treatment and holistic healthcare to all our patients. With our team of dedicated staff and innovative treatment, we are here to support you to becoming a healthier you. Thank you for trusting Lion Age Clinic Ghana. Lion Age Clinic Ghana, your #1 healthcare expert.
should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. Natural mineral water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
As for me, I take very good care of my grandkids. Ye dear grow. Na yes, edu maybe crana me bano timide omo be gumi so weekend no. Hey, remember I don't think I'm catch you say. Ya no medi garlic capsules. Poso na e be sisi so kama. As I stand here, my doctor said my whole system has improved very well. Medi garlic capsules. Yes, medi garlic capsules. Oh, sa na te pa dia.
Medimusis garlic capsules. What Mamoja didn't Paduanimu a full sunny ye. Na esisi or Barney Berima, Mahona Warding. Ubinya a doibi ato, Omanimu pharmacy store, Freya 050 349 4885. A drui, a young mamma fra enyen di fiedu, a pen for, any a man for. Medimusis, who how FDA Ajivia Craft 2 atu.
Brempon, NK Brempon, Abba come and sell with video TV SYZ Tashafo nyina ye live ewo Facebook nso betumi ahwe ya mamu nyina kwaba yakoje ye agudie mo sem no yakọ ho yakọ agoprama so na yaba aha de onyate asem yidika na ese nese nsem no ye ba be pa ho ntoma ye be bo nsem ni naked kwatre kwa
ye be yini ho
ye be woro ho nsem na se woro no ho kwatre kwa show boy no da ho sa
e say Ghana 40 ase unu say nsem ni bebre ho e ba obo say obi e kan de we kan na o net say o net sa e ya happen na be hu no kre no
yes it no kre ni say mra ya chicha ma wuntumi ya chicha ma wuntumi no wako CID wo man bill da be ena no e benada Monday no ena okoye ye man bill so won follow asem no year say ne sitie ye man bill our CID headquarters entansa miensa ena ye de ball no baako ye say wa mine without license at the time of started mining na license my on say ya timbia na 20 for no for say ena ya buy na ba no kwatie si nwuram asamba da kora waso be he se metron ko port ho no memfa waban aba power en nam na mrani nya so mu se ku a oh waso ya be hye no ndisi ntra power sa ankosi o hede ya da koro be ndisi be firi so ena ye say crime does not have an expiry date nduko di bone 50 years beto so kra etumi ko doso ne mamu ayiba timo de mon kosware mu ndinse mu no say yaban na abara makotie si brem na mo wuntumi na yache no no yache no
obiem
watrim ama na chese wo du yoko hu memma kantinka wa mu giregyira wo no na kuma didi wim afena ni BP kosoro
Ashanti governor hey governor pa na waye mresa no
me say wo hu me
asem wo ye mfendi agro but ene ye be biensem ye be kansem Ghana for atiase because MPP for no itu futuro gu Ghana for any say Excellency John Dramani mama ni NDC abanyi adi hunahuna MPP for
aye hunahuna mo
the chairman omo wo krom ha 16 you were 16 regions MPP for omo regional chairman ewo side regions nyina mo wuntumi ka na 16 you were national chairman of the MPP
no so vice vice bebre
what the
organizer
yes
also on the vice
omumu wan ya ti wo mo
yenche obia
Kwabena Dubu ahene
secretary woni deputy
Kwabena Dubu ahene oya regional chairman ema region ben ema MPP
dabi
tie abine set the record straight why e bonia wafa Ghana sika just the wood to me akwaje 10 million Ghana cedis dear free Exim Bank e dia so di kodua buro enso sa besia na okwaje so di kodua buro nyina na nado ene ba me akobo aburo besia e we ko was
there's buro no yemia
etienu ya enu ade ya so Exim Bank asiu wood to me oma command sermons oda yoko Exim Bank asiu no chese national security hwehwe no wood to me na so aye se ro governor obi o say Excellency John Dramani Mahama ebe kuma se kura aji wono national security ekohunu kopa ne che kokoto governor Ashanti governor ye pa cho president Ibaha
there be Saturday or former president
hwewunim ensem bia wood to me akeka edi a kire the then opposition leader His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ne wa be president me NK Obrempon ana wood to me can say me fa me ho ahon anka nye ne illegal mining ne wakoye no nanka wood to me kwa me den be fa so and somebody boy you can't even repeat it
to be continue radio so papa penny to say wa yere e mada wechi wa wo na woma na enkwala sori a wo mo hwe wani mafro daddy
yes
a wo mo hu se wo ye role model na kwotena radio so se wo hwe professor na Jempo kwa ani wo se be ifo
wo se widini o se be ifo
o se
ade na ma yo
o se so hwe ni
hwe na nimu a
sha utumo so be
ma me no hwe nim o ye wicked ye ni diewu
na ko ka sansem we utumi ko ekoka comment at the for president Mahama ba eye farida ho sai obi ba beti na ye nbi ina me ka se wontumi kura nya ne galam se ne asem no kwa wakae no
you have to arrest him
no kwa na nkese wo because at that time na farida a teenager
yes watch our bonting wontumi enjoy freedom do and this time emrana na so nu no said the suspended chief justice catcher Emmanuel say no matter how many noises you make the law is the law. Emrani Emra. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni NDC abenyi womunye so de mrani be hwehwe bia. It's never in the abuse. Okay. Na mom say why you bone. Said you want to me akwakoji cocoa board for cocoa road contract TB.
So it is our kwan no. Ye be ko ho ye na reporters ye be mo atwa kwan no ja kire ye.
Yes.
Say na kwan no esitie. But na no nkrata bi e bae. Your friend say the sense of wound to me a man for be a tro ya ne ye confirm no.
Yes.
What if I'm go through kaka.
Ma me found come.
It's already share. Na se uhu ana was start ama ya ko through but before that no so no NPP and what time sa yokofo no etabiri wound to me e de no call ho no. Na afa akwakoye say emema mreo ti NPP for kru kraka ye say bi mo bakra na wo ti abobo ya mu to send ya pack ball no ya tata wo say ya no mbe gina ho ena wono mo bae na say nsemtwofo eye reporter ye nuanom Joy FM for ko pie mu ho na eye Latif Idrisu wono say okoduru o man report to say at eye yes na a police for car bi so na omodo mo say bubum akwai report to ya sha say toto tire e de bono ne ade na o say so trobi barsa na say won hu e bo wa e ya pa e say ya no de taneti ko
but me penny composure no said ye na why very serious na ensem bi esi no all kind of sa pepe de a kire wom no matter how anon person mo attack no
yes
he did a great job
yeah it's no enye because ye wo Ghana hansem twofo adwuma wo no ye nu kwa se banesa na se ne amafo buba ne so no mu di na tem nkran na no mo kan se na no hye o wo
bagay na nsuru
but you see
yes
want to me nya ni sika ne contract a wodo nya Ghana ye mu bi wo hansem nu ye do
one city kwa we ni manya bi ani
enkrafo mo te ammo nya one city ani
ya ma wom
ya de ka be so asem mra na semoni na je buru so
na ya pe kakra mom
want to me ade pote na want to me aye won krama mu
yes god okoyi wo
enkrafo mo te ya no MPP ba mu no mo dodo sen na nya post want to me di ni sika wan fa bia mra mi hu se wa ya do ye bi we krom hampo na watu wa ka se want to me beboa sukufo bi wa ha anase bi obo asori we wa na mudi mirika ko ni sika ne se na mudi ye me bi ndi unyami o
national security ko ni fie wa Ashanti region governor omo ko hono no ni area ho na ngasa okekam nipa san kra na pie ye
okay enti eno a assault asem ne bae no ena eye Mustafa Salam our national youth organizer de ma NPP na say obabe pacha o ma ye tie se no si apologize ye no but na akwa ete say 1% training ni ebe na adwuma it NPP for saa no mutie o wo ka no kro mo mpa so say to e ka no kre no e ba betum abera na check da NCA say ye de kwa renew license na so ye say check no mo bi amfa ne nsanka da kro say ye bodwe a ye be kwa ko tu o mafidie num say wo mo ma renew license
yes that's their plan want me kind of crunch right
we some training now kind of crane people from pe
omonpe
want to me eyam pasa wa ye bibi eyam pasa wo kobo bosia anase ewo ezemba
se wa se obema me abobo so dia ne yakọ eti niema wei ka hu bi ana CID de edikai no ma di kan actual letter invite na no oyom say
okay
meba ana om se da bi ene national security mun ko fa want me mra se ya bomodin di buoni ni dia ma se bra nsem se ni ehunu na yate bra be yi wa na wo made national security monko logo no mo famra na obekeka mu se Ghana for mun sorry o MBB mun sorry o etiniema wuntumi aye ni bi no say there were a number of government vehicles in his house even though he was not a government appointee. He himself acknowledged they belong to the government. Not just say wound to me na abayi free sui woni fia wo tim no na abayi cars na wound to me dey atete ni fie ho no enye number enye cars ketwa sakase me no kan de o makosi sakase ni dey fi wound to me ho waje to me say ampa aban ne dia wonye government official wonye government appointee sakase no eyeden ana wound to me be di wo fie eno nsem bi do mgu so me say he single-handedly has destroyed a number of forests and poisoned water bodies with cyanide, with a galamsey activity, cyanide, yes, with a galamsey activities in the country. There are many evidences to these allegations. Not just in forest reserves, to me. Eddie excavators akwa sim
last week we jina aka say a police for any task force hold on call hono wo mu retrieve excavators makoma 57 and the free wound to me nensase ne so
yes
moto na mo ka say wound to me akwa yi ne ho ano asase ne ye ne dia ba enyo no na etuman no ho kwabene
yes
eden ye kwabena dia eden ye kwabena dia
yes
so usika ne si ye nkwade
eyo
emfa se odi ache obi ode gise bia wakoye nkrata edi nipa ko din na atoso eti se wakwakoje asase se ode koye mine na yemfa ho nkrata mrew na o kire ye beko na excavators so na wono mo etu efoma gudi a eye hwan na koje sa asase
eye wuntumi a ya enti ya to us akosi wuntumi borrowed 10 million Ghana cedi from Exim Bank with the purpose of investing in maize farming. Unfortunately, he didn't do the farming. He chopped the money and hasn't paid a kobo to the government bank. And an American, wakwakwaji eburo msi na ekomo benti wakwakwaji 10 million Ghana cedi. Say anko wade kodo eburofuo na Ghana timi enya biedi wanu a eburo na wanua sika no so awadi wantua back amfa ma bank no. Enu chi na enu ada ya Exim Bank for wo mo so bodi wuntimi akokot no. Enti wotimi PF Iyoko Okrah no a 10 million ho we are the kokot. Ye kwakwaji say sika no. Eti ni nyina kan bi say the toso now say there are a number of cocoa board road contracts in Western region he got paid but never constructed those roads. At the time cocoa board asphalt overlay cost was $800,000 per kilometer. But want to me charge $1.5 million per kilometer.
I don't say asphalt overlay and boy because quite no hodada and I say asphalt Eddie Guso. Then your friend I will quack you su a roller near dead tintim quire you got an yes for asphalt quine yes. 1.5 million.
The ocean cost and say $800,000. But want to me
$800,000 quite a board.
Want to me $1.5 million. Then no cry asphalt no unim sapete. One day, coach and goose are no my year.
Chow. And no good for my chow. 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 Eti, a quino, a sunya to an car break you so are not to nequine be. I don't know, Sanko, yet your ye in Umpono. A yes, sapit. Yes, a quine be quiet. Sapit. And a document be an operating a boat to me. I say he took $45 million. For this contract and never did the roads. There are similar instances in Ashanti region where Wuntumi has taken millions for road contracts but has not delivered those roads. It's a few Western region and the governor no here Ashanti region and so what millions of dollars. Ewa santememu Wuntumi 1 year road na 1 year share sikano and also what sapete. Okay, it's a share krata me wa free cocoa board. Around that time, I think it's around 2020, November 12. Na want to make company Mark Civil Engineering Limited. And a dahaya man for a come was some Missuma Hunubi. I'm a day, Mamma. One more the quine man construction of that dear so a contomer road. And no a 4 to 26.30 kilometers. I was so assigning so Bibiani Western North region. Award notification letter no. We are pleased to inform you that Ghana Cocoa Board has approved the award of contracts for the construction of the Diasua Contoma Road, which is 4 to 26.30 kilometers. A year, I was so a so BBNE Western North region. Terms of the contract is as follows. Contract price $45,199,526.96. It's a $45.199 million. Contract period 24 calendar months. Payments under this contract shall be made in Ghana cedis at the prevailing average Bank of Ghana exchange rates at the time of payment. You are required to sign a contract, blah, 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 agreement upon submission of a performance bond security for 10% of the contract price issued by a reputable bank, or 30% of the contract price issued by a reputable insurance company registered with National Insurance Commission and acceptable by to Cocoa Board. Failure to submit the performance security within 21 days from the date of the letter shall constitute sufficient grounds for the annulment of the award contract into 45 million. And no, and a coy. 45 million. Okay, yes. Sam Jerome free Sam put him home. Na chese ya tofu fumpu amana tonkwem.
Yes.
Nene so Sam Jerome class na yejumo kokobo. Awo kasa mo munti asem we de. Ye ba bebisa ne se kwan no wo ma ya na so monye. Eti anu a wuntumi ewo ho. Sese owo yokofo akachi yesi oyare. Ba sei ene course ewo ho. Ma yekotie Titus Glover. Wono the immediate past Greater Accra Regional Minister can now MP Ewotema East. Wono ekasa wase wo boy NDC for so bo ma yentie no na kwabam yemfansi na Sam Jerome Emra Metna say.
Me about your initial remarks before we get into the meat of the matter proper.
Thank you very much. My initial comment to make is that the media in this country ought to soon have gone dump. The NDC led by the president, his style of governance, that he want to intimidate we the members of the New Patriotic Party. You are quiet, you are not talking. We are not in a dark days. We are not in a revolution. We are in the rule of law. We are guided by the Constitution. So all the media houses, multimedia, TV3, everybody, you've all gone quiet. And these are, please, allow me to flow. Allow me to flow. I'm speaking with a lot of indignation. My heart is bitter. I'm bleeding. I want to use a medium to assure the government and the NDC, but they cannot kill the spirit of the elephant. The spirit of the elephant is so strong and so united. You touch one, you touch everybody.
Eti you're Titus ni kwatei Glover. Wono ena enura wakasa ewo jumede na se awobo NDC for so no ba. You see me ho. Se me wi kwakutire a na me kwato so obi di amanfo a wo mo wi kwakutire ho asem.
Yes.
Me nka bi.
Yes.
Onim nyentra. Because me so me wi bi.
What is the make action as here?
Me wi kwakutire ni bi. Na mabana wo ka kwakutire for ho asem. Say na kwakutire na mo we na mo de chese enumude na de mentumi nka bi because me so me wi bi.
Yes.
Eti mo ma braso na mo tenase na mo wo tamana na akufu ado. Eti edwaso chebi faro.
Yes.
Edi na mo nya ewo kroma.
The dictator.
John Gina Poti ni fie as former minister. Ye di tuo ko gina ne soma ne manyina ho popo.
Yes.
Etinsa ne laptop ne iPhone ne iPad nyina.
Piesie dia me pesa me chase.
Edi koye mo ntuma mie so no ade password ne mamo. Mu bie so.
Den na mu wi.
Mo ho hwe bepem ne asem na nso anopa tutututu dia soja for mema katakata wo manim. Akwa ko gina ho. Wow, eti I think say Titus Glover and NPP before you don't have the moral right to even be complaining about this. Yen na say ye can say NDC abina baro when goodwill. They say petrol bo swate dollar no aba from ama ene Ghana niema bo e from Ghana for any aje. Eti sa wo kwachi wuntumi na sa wo de emema kintina wo mo mabase kantikati na mo tabiri ni te say ne e friend say akroma tabiri
akokwa na
ho akokwa ba enye fe. Eti ye na say kanya wo ni kwata Titus Glover
medical catch say well if you truly be no to aguna now obegina ho den o catch Ghana for say we na wuntumi aye o se wanka hwe na mo mo hwe kwan aye fa so che ye friend say wuntumi wunim for how long I see everybody wuntumi awanko.
No, but you see the issue is that wuntumi no see the for friend na womba enti na nkese wom de by force kwa kwatam no eti eba ne say mo a lawyer for na mo ka no ho na ene mo fresa yemra megemo no afutuo ben ena mo de ma ye friend say chema wuntumi abra see the for friend no ai na mo ni abro mo ho a mo kasa say ye na say kanya mo fam nsem hunu so onko SPD nanya nsem hunu no mudi no mo ba bedum radio XYZ mo de soja for car I to send ye kwo to send ne na say tifie ha etuo hye ye ho na bomb hye ye ho mo ba say munum radio no mo call radio go the same thing nam koyeye ndc abaya tamu ntumi kakra we ya to say Gestapo star na den mini Ghana for na wo mo condemn sa ne ma no those days time na chebi fare wo no meni o mo ya adwen enne say yenye ne sa ba mo MPP for na mo ni abre na bi mo ai kasa ha we need to say no efri you don't have the moral right to even talk about that. What sort of nonsense is that? Ya kamo mayen kanam to empenyen kwara jimi for ya wo ma omunyini a some omso to me be empenyen for jimi for ntisa anete abusha for ya mayen kokoko border so ya na enkonko bonkomo na mode o mayen mu ya to na epese ne ma ekoyi anam moto keka kansim hunu sa agozo yaba clinic ene osebra premature ejaculation no bema ese nwumere koduru fia onya eduane bi dina odwaiwia enwumere mpam no na wa me bed ne kama but osisi mo emere nti untumi nye kopa eduro agozo yaba clinic obetima abo apa low sperm count na fe enemu yare oba bema yeweduro ho agozo yaba clinic beboa kwahyeman ye ben ahemfie no e wona obehu ye tema ye wo community 25 ye ben Savannah Junction no Def Track Estate wa ena obehu agozo clinic ye de yendro ye ndam nsam yendro nyina ndam yare ndam nsam oba ye be hwe pa ye du nso ka 0241750282 and 0557402696 0557402696 ofra wono mo ebeje so na bibia atumi akonkan Yellow Ghana exciting news for everyone looking to join the MTN family. Grab an extra MTN SIM card. All MTN SIM cards are available for incredible price of just 10 cedis. TNA, we use mobile phone now. Brabeka MTN ho. MTN busu akua de. Me join MTN 17 years in here. Ebo de down network na use no. Nebra MTN ho. Omon program ni one say 17 years me di me birthday mo mere me cake. Ade. MTN dey more de your bundle ahodro MTN data board for enti kono koto sim ni be memo bi ntoma 120 Ghana 10 Ghana cedis per MTN shop bi na for Ghana card call you be register the amount 10 Ghana cedis per enti no okwa na akwa jode bra be ka busua no ho now so bra be experience the most amazing network when you join the Yellow family today. Sam Jerome AM kasama for the ma kuku board baba be come inside ewa ha ono aso na communication officer dema NDC wa Western North region akwaba
Piesie
Ozano pay oze me speedy do do
but justified so what I say would this say then okasa because me kai me ankasa me ba no na me tie video bi owura Dwabo na asema o kan den say Ghana phone sorry na monye den
omon sorry nko
omon kasa
Ghana phone sorry nko
e ba omon kasa na as part of nsema no kan no na o say o ya to aba last year wie ya 2 year one constituency say or refer to public manofu say they declare and I'm say enti paper no sebe kafra ni da ho ana say opeso fu nipa koma because men try justify say ma a constituency enya representation na parliament men can sada but why a general secretary of a party, general secretary of a political party in government asanso aye di board asanso ababe say chief executive of saying for siga na a whole 4 years sa for enya representation sabi yewura Dwabo du ti Ghana o ha e da asem na aka kire o mampanyin Akufo-Addo at that time obi o ye lawyer ni what did you say to him as at that time say ye nuanu me wo voter region safo omonso se fata se omunya representation you didn't care nobody but ene dispute about to who wo Ablekuma North who come say court oh please we say na wo magana for who say o national chairman no ko say dia opekwanpo no ehun ya basem because speak with integrity say enra yai what's not the 4 years e bi manya representation
was out
do 4 months
and I'm fan normal
4 months u kikem 4 months u kikem so who be that any an on betting some day some who be there and who be who be at in some so I say because me I him said the ensuo ye you know sa pepe na ewia be den ewia be you because the last time I checked no minimum MPP ni a ono no 9 year 4 a NDC ni 9 den eye 2 that mean that is so wrong until no say na work can say if say you build a nation na say you condemn ya but only the most painful thing they say abribia no NDC for compromise etie ensema Ghana for Canada do no ma take a decision na sanso aboa eye MPP for but when MPP is in power
omontie Ghana for
hell with eye Ghana for na NDC for di ono na be boa no ni ono be boa no eno be den eno be
and you see the youth are omkoto abama yera John Dramani Mahama and nam soma gap ne be 1.7 million no. They have not forgotten about what we went through.
Oh no. Dabinti who say mukam say untumi mukam say nkofo mrei. Mo amunya post na munko.
Yeah, and so me I'm not surprised that quartet was Glover wo na bi mu wo and they one kasana lawyer for back. Baburu na
okọ
jama wo mu ni dwuma bi di ho.
Baburu na ne dollar na kofom. Inti wasansu nya capital
ebe no mu eduma
na odi akra ne nyoma ba beton no onya ho adaje on onya ho adaje. What did you do to help the person? Nasa mind bia ba under president man oboana o menya adaje meden emegina ayi sa anadwum na ntontom enwe no. Oh jai you know
but as it stands now no we must say ne ho dodo no nti doctor for ehwe ne wo
no say abribia sebe o ba bone fa no ho na no ho dodo no
say
okaka say mo say allegedly okaka say ti a asanteman ya ye pe na de na koi say no ho dodo no
ana ko da ho mo an ho sa no say ne sa video ne na social media but the thing is that a doctor for no hwe wo na say obi pin course na say obi pin course we will see nti ene enkodu say we ano ye betumi ahu se nesi ko MPP for ne se mo tata omo nye boni bia. Is that how you see it?
Minia ma main kaze mpoifo se unimadwuma unsuro broni anambwa ena se wuwi ade enso a police ba wonye dey unyane enti no MPP mu a ewo ho sisi even for mo national executives ego we when a single person now because of matter. But the last time I checked, the MPP before I walk out, you were as your friend saying, why? Exam the original court over $2 million. But
the man gave Professor Emmanuel Ekumfi.
Oh no, okay. As someone you didn't original court, you be I won't say intino in Yinasu anymore, and send for us on Mudinijina. Unchimi be you go do TV so ka say Emmanuel no put the on asantim hene ko contest o said they will go do home post a day so huno
yeah
money are den sem nyoma bi basa etumi ke kan sem gugu nkofo hu fi money hu keka hu enu put they say in the nipa nepa defamation and the civil suit no problem about that but untumi enyama allegedly or yeah na be answer 1 or 2 questions no so no problem be na ye dey ewo ho ene ye mu Ghana constitution no so ye ntiti afa ho dey so because emra na kire say you say ye chill even without warrant police ni wo a maximum of 48 hours say 48 hours no onya nyina so bi obegya wo anasa odo be court obe renew before a court ye court omuntu mo friend enu edu 48 hours Anything put na go 24 hours. Na 24 hours in puna wo kami. 24 hours. Ena wo kami. Hey, na train na 48 na do 47 minutes na. That's what we call quarters and
me, I'm happy about one particular thing. Say Ghana Mabuno Akase enough is enough. So let us change the face of Ghanaian politics. And Ghana politics now ye change the face no. I quite to say we are looking for results. 80 sa politician bi ko dinisi kana oswan mprafo ko gwa broche swan manyina akoka ho na oyare okọ hospital na se ebia betodwa se wakwa ko diska na ye taina jisika na mo mabunu na mo anya bendinu na mo kodi akire no. I am praying say debi bedura sansem hunu no bejai ntu ya babunu na wutie me ena chobe na dimirika ko obi papa wuntumi eno amko ho no mo wuntumi babi ho ni manyina gufie ebi bo TV game ni ade ama ka twom say daddy is fine twomu bo TV game ebi gwa brochire una uni adwuma na kwa gira ho
okay
se bibi je grace sie ya na wasa baba e bed na ma me no papa
memodin asema okay na meso memodin but ready anopaya mebe asema obi twreye asema obi twreye
okay
Ghana babunu
I say chairman tell Mr. President to make sure the law deals with any MPP member who has destroyed our lands and use the public money. Okay, because Ghanaians are watching us, please. Or catch them say, Munya very careful. Na Ghana for her pa.
So I say,
Neti Ghana for mabunu to abama no. Eti yoko for national security moko tamu bia mon koboko mon tiomo. Sa ade ne kaseti ya senye ebe ma government ni bad nim ti munjai. Meni yura Nelson Dafa meko ya adwen. Munjai. Moko anipa no no kan ni tirim na monko because we want to be obi afa babo ni tirim ba it's just that me hu say enye fair say ya betabri ni say wa basika ne de amonye nsase na wase no ma ni ko fili ni nyina Jerome nenti aminim say we de abro galamse wan asemi ene say galamse say Cocoa Farms eti say Cocoa Farms no do so a eno na bebo ama Ghana nya cocoa bebre na sika ba o maimu na nya bi de atua woka na ya makurafo no so bi ana ntesa etisa nto ka galamse asem a wonfom ye
kra
afa me wura Cocoa nsem no
kra
Cocoa bot sen
nyame adom hoboko
CEO no ho ye
oh yeah fantastic CEO
wasa de no ho ahwuma na
fantastic Sunday every day bia no o hwehwe na wanhu na on share Cocoa efuma na oni Cocoa fo ahia ye den
meeting
din komo anase bia one wonwa eton Cocoa ne ade eko akwakonya nkitawodie mu ne ade
okay
this is here na de me kai pa ye ko radio station almost yo mo person interview for sports as na me this is here ko American sports ko am pa Cocoa na meka so what I say because that is the main focus emone ehon keka he's a fantastic person and legacy no person uja ochinebi yebeka so under Dr. Ransford Abeno ABC di ne tumi ye den eye under Cocoa board inte no ye ne primary aim or objective ewo inte ba bi chief executive will be no na pay mamen fanchi amano na yenchi Ghana man penyin so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama na the vice president I mean about chairman Dr.
Fuswampofo enche ye ne no ebedi nkomo wa ha
na minchia Cocoa farmer nankasa
yeah
because a Cocoa farmer na waboa wa contribute to Ghana's economy up to today.
Okay.
Minchia Cocoa farmer.
Cocoa Okrah jo so Cocoa fonti ena wo ha na ene me dey flyer ne to ho no obi share that send me message say wo de bi ama me read ntimi so me ma obi send me message say me kenkan kira wonti me kenkan e de a kira wo me hwehwe ye friend Kojo Asante Dankwa Kojo Asante Dankwa ehu flyer no eno si PSA we want Cocoa Board to pay the farmers well. We also want Cocoa Board to ensure all benefits for cocoa farmers are duly directed towards them and not intercepted by corrupt officials. Kojo Dankwa the message ni so say wa comment wo we na say
menene ya agent
aha
Kojo Dankwa ben ya
Kojo Asante Dankwa
menene ya
din no oye architect
menene ya agent you can be a on phone kwan because a Bible kwa say the cancermpani didin sempan
okay
nti se koko kua ni nso do koko a na ye koko na ho na wo so ye den odidi
nti a workers and 7 ni say previously fertilizer ya cho so say my enton na ya pepa not na fro na fossil ni bo ho afi eno so krampo na ye ton wa ye nya bimpo na ya to eno achi nuru ahodo e say de ba kokofo bonus e say de mom ni nyina na emba ha eno ti na bia workers and sesi ya no afi we cocoa sect your friend is saying cocoa season no da bena mu bie
na me aduma
August but there's a yura August mona eno ano no nti next week June July na yura August nti em friend say best 65 days echi ena mu bia bebie edie na damoni so afiwe mo ba bebie cocoa mu mo rounds the country mo ni cocoa for cocoa ekwiafo atwetwe nkomo mo plan ankasa etesen
mini amedase mensu mi hu mo flyer no one emma mensu sam ahotoso bi
okay
because abribia no say o share the issues of cocoa ho nsama cocoa sector na very sensitive
very
the reason why it's very sensitive and say under cocoa board nkrata mu no ana wo ye nkrata mu no eye cocoa akuafo by 800,000 in cocoa akuafo a under the cocoa management system no omatimi aiden I register wo 800,000 now sir 800,000 no at least obia wo a family size of bayers enipa enum intini de bia meka so wo ka san kofo na nipa bayers 4 million eni achire intini say who deal with a sector affecting kofo directly over 4 million more than 10% of country's population na e was who say sa sector ni very sensitive enunti no ade bia na e fa kokoko ni ho no this time around no enya de aye manaso aye den esi wo ho esan say ye nene na aye den eko ye no na aye adwuma
okay
so what I say because people say number nu ye den esuma number
nu na ehwe
so what I say intini ye ne kokoko ni this time around na eko because se kokoko ni no enka ho a enya de abetimi a ye mana ye den amana ye ye ena mpanyimfo se ye keka funu ne ye keka maden dam
adampan
enu ntino ne ye bia no so no kuani kokoko kuani no ena wo ye den o yama no ntino every step of the way kokoko kuani no involved binia me hwe we ye no
yeah
nkofo ka ena sisia na sidi na ho oden ena ekoso na den no what is in for kokoko kuani but just what I say what is in for kokoko kuani no kwasem a ewo mu ne say mayemmo Ghana man panyini ene na bedi akire ne finance minister mo yemmo mabaso ewo eniema hodo mu de agu kwan ma ene amasidi no so say o hwe generally a obeka said the performance of Ghana ye insika no sisia no ejina ye Piesie ejina ye to the extent say aboama eniema den ekos eno ameni obi kasai say nipa ko no ye boutique oka chem say oh uhu mampanyina adana se mai pa esan say yen dwetire a ye hwere ye no tisia ye san so ayeden enya dwetire ne back
okay
because say dollar no kosro a omo ye import na ye den ha wo mo
yeah
and at the same time say if say dollar no kosro na say yenye import and say yen cranium because Ghana largely yen economy no import driven so about 70-75% of adia say ye be show ye be dio ka ye be ye den ni nyina na ye den ye kra ene ye deba enti se nkrofo nkra e ma ban so ye den eluziska
yeah
enti that is no be cost be port na why it is amanfon and asense mampom containers bi anye den emba with the exception of maybe aban the money e ho keka ho e ma ban lucy but then am no ka say port asase I get so busy because sikana ho den no ayeden akosoro nti nkofo to me kra ne ma ayeden aba ebe ma ban den revenue ayeden e wo ho
yeah
and also be stabilize prices of goods and services.
All right.
It will bounce automatically. Ebema inflation ayeden abafom.
Okay.
Into more inflation bafom anache say ahoto na ayeden eba no. But beyond that no, a sound so was certain implications. There was some sectors so. As a sector no, a cocoa board ayeden eka. The same tia cocoa board eka ho ne say yen cocoa na ya tofie Okrah no ho no. Yenton wa Ghana. Nemum yeton ayeden ewo amanone. It is auton amanone a ye ma amanone sika na wa ba besesan ayeden ewo ha. It is also sesan wa ha na se bia emu duro no ewo soro a na abeka se ehun fasode enso yeden eye bebrebe. But se entisa ubehun ne se enu so ayeden akwa ye bibia eden ewo ho
81st no say na $100 say to say 15 cedis and na say bia 17 cedis na ekoya kodu 16 ntin ka sa time no enanka ye ne sa na aka enei semutu koko bo man ka dollars ne ba anka cedis bebre ba sesia so de akwa to say ne dollar na akwa ye ne de say first no say 1 billion and na cocoa board e de beba na Ghana cedis num ye benya to say 15 billion and say Ghana cocoa samoko jiska no na say ba instead of 15 billion no e say e beba be 10 billion ana meboa okay ma won say board bi aba eti ma minja on ko gina board no ho wo ho na Jerome e ko gina board ho na board a okwa ko gina ho no oba be calculations bi e de a kire yen CCA enti ene yadane ni teacher ni a o kira de wo university on so the university teacher e be fata opa enti okwa ko gina ho me ma yehwe your friend is saying my yehwe senior e ho nsem no ebesi aba Jerome eti calculation be na opeso ye $1 to CD de no anyhow I be impacted lives of farmers abra woroma akwakoton won koko sesa nete
sa pepepe
okay
enti no won se na me kan se mi se ye do koko no na koko ne ba na se ye ton eye koko na ye ya ton koko no wo Ghana no ana ya to Okrah no ho through ABA eye CMC for akwakoton no omo ton de mabrofo na
okay
yenya eye broni sika na obeka se den dollars intini yenya dollars
okay
na no kwasem enene se yamfa no even ebia last year anampo se before se be call last year no yamfa se na me no kasa sisiye se ebia okọ amansan dwaso na se koko no kra fansa ye ton no eye 200,000 so what I say
200,000 and 20,000
no you're turning $20,000 per ton so what I say $20,000 per ton na senka oba na se ebia usidi no $2 no yemfa say e 16 cedis
okay
16 Ghana cedis na me a oba ne say offer sa 20,000 we are now why then one multiply by saying
by 16
so no multiply by 16 it is all multiply by 16 now we don't say we benya sika say 320,000
Ghana cedis
320,000 Ghana cedis
okay
enti we no eye okoton koko no ebia wo amansenja so wo FOB price na we e dey unya ye no
okay
say na wanya wo eye ebia Ghana cedis mu
1 ton
eye say 1 ton no because 1 multiply by eye wo exchange no
okay
now 1 ton no abribia no enye wei ena koko kuani no obey obenya
okay
and what you come to do and then say ebia you decided through ebia PPLC and it's a PPLC na any a producer price review then committee and your mono na tnase and it's a PPLC no be who say aye koko Okrah na ye den e ka ho bi
okay
cocoa board eka ho bi Ministry of Finance den eka ho bi won wa atwi cocoa na ye from Hollis no omo ka ho bi na won so a eto cocoa no ma aban LBCs no omo so ye den
eka ho bi
nti omo na be determine say okay ebia this year no ye ma cocoa kuani no ye mfa say 70%.
Okay,
so I say it's 70%. It is a 70%. Now Baba share 70% of maybe 320,000. And you know, just to make a simple calculations, you just multiply that one by 0.7. So I say it's 0.7. No, Ubiba benya 224,000. 224,000. So which means it's a 70% of a year, sir. FOB now or the bag and scheme.
Okay.
Say now we day unya. However, when na unya no, I was say we divide way by 16. Meaning say 16 uni madeko. So a ton BI is 16 bucks.
Okay.
But just what I say. Okay. A ton, 1 ton BI a day.
16 bucks.
16 bucks. So 16 bucks are you come and then divide this by 16. 22,000. 224,000 by a 16. Ubonso benya 14,000.
Okay. It's not HSA say where example
yeah, example the betche yen cedi no ene pricing no ho sensem. Enti no say ukwofa ne say ebia amansen jasumpo no 20,000 ah. Now we calculations na say na be ubenya. So which means to say so when you say not just a buying Emma Kuku in saying 70%. Or man 70% of ASS carry at a exchange rate of saying 16.
Okay.
Now at the same time, your mama fa to say be and print and I'm 10 Ghana cedis
and I'm checking 10.4.
10.4.
That's the BOG rate.
Okay. So BOG rate no. Your mama 20 the same 20,000.
Okay.
Into the same 20,000, no? Then you multiply by 10.4. Into the one say, Obe multiply 20,000 no, by 10.4.
You have multiply 20,000 by 10.4.
So near Ubenya no 208.
208,000 Ghana cedis.
208,000 Ghana cedis.
It emphasis says and there's a cocoa 16 bags no $1,20,000.
So
and so, first no I can bring 320,000.
Yeah, so from the looking at it from even on the face of it in the crown no. One who difference are day.
Abba.
We are talking about 118,000.
Yeah.
Cities in a day.
Atie free so.
Because of a wusikana and why day. So it means that we lose 112,000.
Amount for gaining.
Why then?
Cocoa board lose.
112,000 Ghana Iden efiso. Intini when you are, then what you are coming to do and say, let's even assume, so with this money, which we know, yeah, Marco Cook and 70%. Yeah, be man 80%.
Let us assume.
Yes, let us assume. See, a be man 80%. Now, which means to say, you're free even 70% a day. Ako 80% too. See, at the 80% Emma a Yoko creating.
Same calculation again.
The same calculation again. And what you need to do, then they say, so 208,000
divided by
multiplied by 0.7.
0.7.
That be what? Wait, you draw. Multiply by 0.7.
Okay.
So multiply by 0.7, which is 0.8.
Which is 80%.
Yes, which is 80%. Which is 80% now. So now what you'll be getting, 166,400. But what I say, 166,800.
Okay.
And when the 166,800 no, I feel now we'll be dividing it by 16 bucks. No one who back could be no.
Okay.
A boy at the bed or the bed. So what did that mean? Then they say, oh yeah, we are. Sika benya 10,000 day, 400
per bag. It is we need example
10,400.
Okay.
So what we say because of say usidi no ahoden na kosoro no. Even though na ahoden no form no. Obema 70%. Afi kwa wa ba betumo. Efi 70% ayede. Ako 80%. Nanso sika na kuani no be dey ebenya no. All factors being constant in terms of FOB price na ewo ho no. Ubo ni say still na kuani no onye den. Onya say sika we. In fact so what I say.
Matiase.
Onya say 14,000 na oye den onya ye no. But instead oba benya den 10,400. Even though why den what tum aye den
adamano.
What tuma koso e di amano. Now so because of forex and I say see the exchange rate in no kwani no enhu e modern ba why dey wabo mpacho so what I say.
All right.
Kwani no hu modern ba why dey wabo e bo na nse sign e wo amanoni o enti ye use by say 20,000. Now we exchange rate in 16 no o man 70%. Or how much chichemu edioson o the man no o be yes sika obenya ni 14,000 Ghana cedis. Now so no o san so ko bio no the same 20,000 and the one man senja so now so we see the no why den nti amoya den no about 10.4 no see that be memma no 80%, memma no 70%, memma no 80% atum. Now so no still
Eboana to be benya
no enuru said ya eyeden etie.
Eti we na wo ka no ne kra ne sen.
So ne kra ene ne say obewu ne say Cocoa board be announce ebo no be announce no obetum. So what I say obetum in terms of dollar term, in terms of a year percentage obetum. Now so because of say seed na ho de na yeden akosuru ninti no obo say kuani no ebia na obenwinwi ebisa say of what significance na yeden aye. Look, see a movie from even 80%, maybe grandpa ka say sika mpo no cocoa board only one seed mpo. Now the 100% ni na mpo kuani no na cocoa board ontua adwumai foka cocoa board onkoma extension for aye adwuma ni fertilizer
onchebi
fertilizer there be fancy fertilizer nko be che but fancy obekwa ko bobosia onte hwe emoni ade a o man even 100% crampo na it will still not reach
14,000.
Yes, 14,000 we. Enye kuani ni fort. Enye cocoa board fort. Now so no because of seed na ho ade aye dey akoso. Now so no me ebe bo kuani ni. Enam say seed na ho ade na aye dey akoso ni nti no. Obewu say ebema eniema ha na kuani ni koto no ne bo aye dey
aba form.
Ne bo aba form. Enti ni kuani ni nya ni sika eyo obisa say cement bo aye dey
saying chance packet yes saying
chance packet saying enti we won say onya ketwa bi ewo ha now for this ketwa no beko edwomu no first na cement 110 a and yes cement na be say 90 Ghana said
ye to confirm as at early this week na you to na edaso gina na ejina.
Okay, so we won say even say even edaso gina ba bi eja what it means and say because of appreciation of the seed in Intino, unya inflation rate and cost at a rate whereby you better tune your mum. It in the no with that money no, it me predict na brabo. Say no jomuno. Oba say in Myanmar, it is either say above form and I say a constant. Intino to me predict it. Who ne say na me de misika no day unlike say ebi ananka ebeko this amount but obedu dwom no na nyoma ede asky rocket and I say akoso bebrebe nti obo say sika no okura no boni beka say ababa ye insignificant the purchasing power no enye so weighty to that extent a ebetimi aye niema bebre ede amano
ɛna me de sika bebree ko dwom na menya na
kuma bi ni nyina because of say usika no ho nyɛ den ɛnyɛ den but sisia na usika no ɛho ayɛ den no ubehu ne say the effect immediately a ubehu ɛna makyire mu ne say yɛtum ɛkɔsoro ma which obviously ometum akɔsoro ayɛ den ama but because of usika na ho den hwɛ me no ka say season ya yɛwɔ mi yɛbɛto cocoa price of about 3,100.
Okay.
3,100 Ghana cedis. Anamebwa.
3,000.
I took cocoa no. First, no, now they call in dollar time. As at last year, now $3,100. The reason being that not $3,100 now or the Maya no. Na cedi no 16. To me, use the rate of 16 Ghana cedis.
$3,100 for a ton of cocoa.
Yes, for a ton of cocoa. The more the ma cocoa creating no. So that 3,100 no. Now multiplied by 16 now. Ubonso ubenya 49,600. 49,600. And sa ebo we ye ebo na after say o must strike average. Ama cocoa creating no the percentage. Okay. Ama cocoa creating the percentage. And no more man no $3,100 at a rate of 16 Ghana cedis. And now ubenya we into unya we are just come and divide this by 16 bucks. By 16 bucks. Ubonso besanso aba benya 3,100 Ghana cedis. Now so no because of say seed na kosoro no. Ene impempra me no ka say. Sa $3,100 no. A movie co almost about $4,900. A movie co about $4,100. $900. $4,900 just because of say seed no ho ayeden because sisiano unya seed is kuma bi na o de nya dollars den so ubehu ne say over $4,900 e de aba 10.4 ya wo kan sisi as $4,900 times 10.4 ubehu say numpo no unya sika almost about way so if you are even using let's even use $4,850 times 10.5.
Okay.
Ubenya sika 50,925. Just come and divide this by 16. Who divided this by 16 now? Ubenya 3,180. Into the would use even 3,000. So you now come to find out to say by virtue of sikana yeden. Ahun de na kosoro no in terms of dollar price no a fee 3,100 equal almost 4,900
sana amanse dwaso for ni kache mo
so no that is the calculation now that is the situation now because open say unhunu sa 3,001 na still na kokoku eni ni wom pending say obetumu a dollar term no na $3,100 bibi as a sign but enam so usika na ho de na akosuru ninti no
okay
to get this CD term I get 3,100 Ghana cedis no
for a bag of cocoa
for a bag of sisiano a movie from $3,100 no to almost about 4,900 almost about 4,900 my chief executive Kasaye or granting interview that was Thursday or granting interview as at that time na about 4,100 no kai but from Thursday up to today because Thursday the city was around 12 a day but it is around 10 point something
10.4
so which means Asanso appreciate further in dollar terms now this is it say open say oko strictly but so there is no way His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the chief executive no ebeye so what it means in the say senkesikamo ekosro appreciate here what it means is that the effect ebeba Ghana cedis in the say sikano so be dey ebete so if senka mi jina $3,100 ye de maye na ho na pese ujina which means kwani no onya 3,100 Ghana cedis. Or better by somewhere 2,000 plus.
Yeah.
So
ideally.
So now what we have to do, and then they say we have to increase it by the dollar term and make sure say kweni no be den ebenya more sika moving from baby and not ojina in print 3,100.
Okay.
Until kweni should be rest assured. Say as cocoa board, we will jump, but the effect, and then they say because of say seed na ho deny den akosoro
no.
They said they have calculations no den e kire won no. Obeka say ABA insignificant. Now so no na ade a yatomu ye pa ayeden
ediama
kweni no we be won say ABA cocoa board will be retaining ABA be say 20, 25, 30%.
Okay, ti asem we waka se cocoa kuafo ebeti ase enso asem foforo. Eti se ano cocoa board for no. So why calculation area obetuma atranse. And as a minimum say enyina ho ne ye odede about say why calculation area there. Okay.
As part of it, they say engineer one day meeting engineer. So I don't have a problem.
Oh, okay.
So maybe in terms of any demonstration, we could go back and then.
Okay. So that's fine. Any transfer me na ya mon komo no. Again say na mode ato akwan mu. Say you know kokoo kuafo ebetumi anya eboa eya ebeboa omo. Wabra sidi no aba from even samoka se kokoo no mu jaya manaye te se ne net ye kra pona. Utsa odoko dollar num times na na amfa ma nti cocoa board CEO any mpanyimfo se bombo daba
me prese magina ho na ma demonstrate ade
bim
I na cocoa kwen na dem say na ye ni cocoa kwen na ye.
Okay,
it's not a problem.
Okay,
anamebo.
Okay,
so now what we just have to do
okay Sisiano say cocoa kwen no I hate to say they are wo ye adwuma wo XYZ broadcasting.
Yeah.
Into XYZ broadcasting no. Apart from pay no BBN, all be there for the condition of service. Anameboa. It is our condition of service now. Oh no. If you have a your car, your mouth if that is apartment, your mouth fuel, your mouth other benefits be more the account. We know at the account. So what say would you pay even 1,000 Ghana cedis crown na? When you say because of that benefit we no pressure and share down your day, and miss out 1,000 we so because a never be or why ye. Until you cocoa no, their options is here and say, okay, if you cocoa board and mamiska we crown po. Not because of say sikano sidi no appreciate no. Even though me move from 3,100 no, so no, I come menim, but senka sikano ewo forma, kebi abeti mi enya bebrebe no. Obisa se nyema ben bio na obeti nya eden, enya e the account said dia embeye e ka pressure meda sika bi obede obenya so.
Okay.
Me no kasa sisi e kokokua ni bia na fumu onya disease anase bia CSSVD eye no. Now, cocoa board rehabilitation. Cocoa board rehabilitation. Rehabilitation say so what for ye affected that. Ye basically almost say some phone to bring it back to life.
Okay.
Which means cocoa can spend anything. If you know so no, fertilizer distribution about more fertilizer distribution cocoa for nya fertilizer. Me no ka say krampo no akwa bonten.
Okay.
So fertilizer no whether say granular and I say foliar ye wo aboard dey na wo nsuo dey. So I say cocoa crane still oye den. Onya enumu bi. And other whether say pesticides o agro chemicals no money ade no. Eno nso no cocoa crane no den. Enye bi.
Okay.
We no sound so the feel on top of it medical indicate say no matter the situation I hear from no cocoa crane ni benya appreciation of the price na den ewo ho no oyi anu fra on say first near wo cocoa scholarship
ane
na cocoa scholarship no ene oba Ghana from primary up to first year in tertiary free and antisa
yeah
and over Ghana from primary up to first year in tertiary aban tertiary den free
where aban school no
yes aban school free
yeah
now because of that in no cocoa scholarship no sebi na mfaso bia anye den emaso because now it was targeted as the secondary level into near here and say sadia ye bere no educational trust fund our basic school adan wo cocoa growing areas na cocoa ekuafo no na cocoa ekuafo na adan omomma now so no kra no say CCC school adan na obi ba nye cocoa kuani kra mpa
obekobi
so obekobi ana mebo into CCC ania impanyinfo ye a omo dwendwene ho cocoa ekuafo no so suggest and say sabia sa scholarship scheme no ye implement say de be ya ebebo cocoa kuani ne ba na owo tertiary owo tertiary
okay so
into beyond the first year no so ye cocoa kuani ba nko ade a se board ne gitum na ye ye a cocoa kuani na ye kuani no that means tertiary ne ba no so no be den obenya sponsorship a cocoa bo be den ebe so na se into be won say all these benefits no mo eba na materialize a cocoa kuani ni sika na obenya as price no pressure enye den
so because when yam fasudie won chenchen
when yam fasudie mo on chenchen a obetimi dia ye japade no aka se mi cocoa na me ye me breso mfaso no den say na me dia den me dia ye ntimi hihye bebre guakwam a they are trying to make the life of the cocoa farmer say no ho be den
no ho beto no na ne ho ahenhan no
because the cocoa kuani ankwa ma Ghana economy na den you have effect
eti Sam Jerome na hotel kan won ne kasama cocoa board eti wababe chirechire mu say cocoa board dwumadia wo mo ye ne say won betum ba afi se mo betum
oh yeah they will announce a new price
mutum akọ saying
oh and then am cause say PPLC no beba
okay
and am chere mu say ye wo cocoa akuafo no wo so ye wo Ministry of Finance ye wo eye cocoa board ankasa ene impemfa wodo bi wo ho nti on besi nkunya na ya sigina ye as to percentage in pa cocoa kuani no be den cocoa kuani no ebenya so for increment and then the bonu be ka say non negotiable
okay mate iti wo koi mayefa en community na wo last words na obeka cocoa ekuafo a wonu metie wo sehwa kontomra sehwi bodi akati su Africa here sehwa sanren so dia so wase kropon friends body manso amfi samra boy kondo donso omo abo east region omo mo wey odan ene asama kese oti region nipa ni nyina etie
the American omenya ahotoso ne say His Excellency the President together with the Chief Executive of Ghana Cocoa Board cocoa kuani no ehu hiachi obia as we speak cocoa kuani no ehu hiachi obia ewo cocoa board juma oye den odimo eti de ebema cocoa kuani na nyamfaso ahotoso na bra bakoyie no eno eho anamon na ura Randy Abbey ene ni paying for ye den etu and that one is not negotiable
okay.
So omunya hotoso say baby a ye wo sisie no eye nkakra ye be den ye be free ho president value eye cocoa akuafo ehu the contribution enu ntina enne omoye mrafoforo krampo di aba nkofo ntumi nye cocoa dua no basabasa no
yeah
enti ye be chia won na ya bo mabaso na ya ka kire mo say we hold them in higher esteem and your doors are open 24 hours said ye be ya omo be reach out to cocoa board
all right
na ne wo ho bia no I mean chia me chrome western north for new magazine for wo ho ne baba saki ne omo wo parliament na so ma me chia wo
okay mate be that say obviously no message o say wontumi kwan na wo de man wo
minimum pa
oye
minim sa kwan ne pa
oye
onye he
on fa mi akwa kogu ho
minim sa kwan ne pa and if you go there today say kwan de say be yemfa tapoli nkata so nje kwan de say ya obu say kwan ya dey
okay
yeah and that is my region. It is my region. Example here my big brother constituency ntin say ofi dade so na wo ba na sa wo kwa kontomra omfa eye dwabo so dem mo fa chi obekwa kofa kro bi mu aburu ne hia mo ne ade that stretch na do ba ko beka ntin e fa na akufa do bepo yeah, that stretch.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, we say eno so obesi akọ. Abrante da send message or say Jerome obefrel the friend Jerry Efum. Jerry Chairman Jerry of also frel the other time no say obesa frel. O say waka say yi pa na monko so na monye adwumaden. Chairman Jerry ya chiao me akra me hiao. Iti me ponwa me so me frel Jerome yada say utumi be kan yensa so like natural clinic fertility problems bia wo ba ho a wo betumi aboa na wasa yare na ho ato iti enye oba nkwa na wo be manso bi wo ho a be manso bia no ntumi wo timi no monko na yemfa duro enkamo mo ho betomo kidney diseases no liver no ya research de duraba oba ya be mawo ya wo lab wo ho aye de hwehwe nipaduanum bibia be koso kama e de amount e ne so like natural clinic university trained medical doctors Dr. Solomon Apiakubi wano ebe show yare sexually transmitted diseases infection bia oba eduro ho de be kan kokomlemle Royal Castle Road eho ena obehu yen we ye be have senior high school no freno 0553932631 0553932631 Dr. Osman Atrase eti koba mayenko break emra sesia ye ba Dr. Osman ne last week na ye ka eye echibremu asem na ene your preventions no it's Dr. Atrasi yebasisia
True Word Pharmaceutical Company Limited ena mama enenso ye nemu asen ye di ehia buami na abribia ye nemu di ehia ye ka cho se eye Indian company kese a asoye na ewu India na ye no ebi wo wiase afona nyina nyame nchadom ebi abedru o my Ghana mu ama Food and Drugs Authority aye nhwehwemu e de afa ye no ni nyina ho agi atumu se ye no eye papa e boy dwumanti no Ghana for emfansa wo mo yare enu ye de abadwaman so no edos so mesre wa mo amohwe yen ewu TV so ne de yeguso aye kasa koye ni mu no yen telephone numbers no e the screen no so yawe bia edu nya bia no ebia na ebre ne adaje nti yentumi amo yawe so fa number no na fa yen wo doctor Sekuku dam ne nurses a yenu bedi nkomo yawe bia edu nya no yebema unsaka India fo duro ni bi na odi atu uyari ase asemte ba ko a efi True Word Pharmaceutical Company Limited ya so ye ne se enu ye de abadwaman so ni nyina no yemfa aduro ba ko ense yawe mienu yenko a na ye Pharmaceutical Company Limited a aduro ba ko bia ese yawe ba ko enu ye de abadwaman so no abribia ye kasa aya na ye di ani die no ene hya ase esanse nipadua no yenkane a Nyankopon edi ama yen eni yeni enti abibia se wani ne chimato bia eba ho a na wama ehu asem hia ani yare nko a enetimi ma wodan obi ansa na wotimi abobra e wasase so enti na abibia ye kasa aya na yema ani hu asem ehia yen True Word Vision Capsules no eye ani hu adwuma nko a mama wako hospital na doctor kacho se wanya glaucoma ana pressure be wani no so a abibia me kacho se pressure ne be wani no so a ekose intini kase bia edomboa ema hu na de broni friend optic nerve no se ehu to chima ema se ne usi hu na de no eba fom enkakran na mama wontu anamo a eba bedrum pempensu bi wani ne eba bi fra kra me pacho uyo bi a adie sa uhunu adie anase sabi adie benwo uhunu ewo akiri nso uhunu me pacho bomodi na hwehwe True Word Vision Capsules echi akwan sanso na obi wo ho a aye na wani no eso yo hene wapesa aye kokko na eprusu uda sori anopa na wani no eso ayo wisi uhwe light uhunu blare aye se intenten bi ewo wani so uye obi a uwasa oha we nyina aduro ba kwa ebeboa wo eye True What Vision Capsules. True What Vision Capsules. Any day more, Uji Vision Capsules na wakai na waji yedu na eye powder ye friend stem cell no. True What Vision Capsules ACC weni no na True What stem cell powder de no so edi ahoden ebe weni kusua no so biem. Enti bomodi asese wo ani hu ohaw bia wo obia wo tatena computer ani mu che wo ta hwe phone so ne weni no eso ewo sebi mpredi asa wako hospital ama yama spectacle shase se onum True What Vision Capsules any True What stem cell nkakra onso be spectacle no edi ato honum na adanse a amanfo edi for True What Pharmaceutical Company Limited hono onso wetimi edi adanse ni bi yedura etoso mienu amekasa fa ho enano pai eye joint fortis ne eye adwuma ewo yaposo ene yinumpim mepacho uyobia wabubuogu honum waye mre wachiribemu wachikase eyoya ukotodwe ahono emututu nante nwaye odene untimi nsori nyina wonaso mepacho hwehwe joint fortis echi akwan joint fortis enye painkiller na momni akofa yaw ediaba waposo ene unumpem nyina no ekokosiesi eyisa yaw ni nyina edi afi honum am wasumadwo obi usisi ya ujo wa enji etweba otoase ebesi unase ne yeka ne siatikai mipacho uyobia wosa ohaona India fodua ebeboa wo eye joint fortis eye Indian hamani bi ene yakeka bom ede aye ahabandu ya mipacho yobia aba unumpim ene waposo no uma onsaka joint fortis na ebiyisa ohawni nyina afi honum asisiu ama wetimi asan asore gina onan so biem na yewo aduro ba ko ho a eno so eye entinumu adwuma ye friend nerve alive nipa dodo na mama ewo entinumu yare nanso ensunsunso na wo mu ehunu no emmo wo mu enkaye sesebi entinumu yare ena edu wo munya mepacho unya entinumu yare a emma sabi unante ho ye odin waposo nyina eye ohuju esanse untini no emwaye mbenti afi obi a wonya entinumu yare no ewo ho a unsa etimi ye otititi anase onan etimi ye otititi ebinum wo ho a wo mo ese ananse ena ache wo mo wo sa ohawe ya mepacho se nsoma mi se wonya entinumu yare ewo si otu anamo na ope Indian food tata hwe ya ye friend nerve alive ni bi enum na etu ase edema obi nya entinumu yare a wonante na yese panie ana pimbi ewo ni nemu ana se ni sremu uyo obi a otehu ni sension so wi a ebo nka yese wonya entinumu yare enti wonso ewo se open nerve alive ni bi na onum entinumu yare kro ye ema sabi nantie ho ye amanfo den unantia na waye hudu waye mre mepacho hwehwe nerve alive na emwo ncc uye bema nso na waye mre wo keta so a mepacho ebetimi abase wonya entinumu yare esanse ye bema no dompe bia enim bibia eye entinu se waye mre wo keta so a bomodia na mawsa enka nerve alive unum joint fortis edisiesi unum pem ene waposo no na odi nerve alive na aka ho se ne ebeye intirimu adwuma no edi amawo na me pacho ye wo me fortis e wo ho no mayine no me ma moye me e wo kete so me pacho enye ni aphrodisiac e wo ni bi e India hama e na ye dia ya ebebo wo e na emma nso a wo ho ye dia ma emma ensufi bi egumu enka wo mo himfie no mo nso ye wo lady fort e wo ho no enu ye dia badwaman so no e doso wonya hypertension wonya diabetes me pacho ni nyina ye wo Indian food tatahwe e wo ho no na Ghana fa na ba bia wo hwe ya na wutie ye mfi bia no ye no no edi adru ho no me pacho leading pharmacy eba shops and drugstores a ubenya True What Pharmaceutical Company Limited ye no ni biato na me pacho ubetimi afa ye number yi na wafre ye na oni ye edi nkomo eye 0558 724 302 0558 724 302 0558 724 302 and 059 558 2628 059 558 2628 yedete for any yahwefo nyina sese munya abre etie ye na mohwe
say drone a green sa haxa mixture no wodwa so also drone wan waso no also tamfo enti wunya bia na se wono no ma betuma abo FDA the stamp team so say team say wono ma also na betuma ko undi 12 years a won numbi na o ma oba no fo so a obo a won ka ho won so a wonye mesrew enko ho also tamfo na ye green pharmacy shop bia bi wo ho also drone no Franco ye prayer campus kope haxa mixture haxa capsules your friend also time for 0240 238 310 0240 238 310 Cat Pharmacy wo Madina Little George Otema Community 5 honyina obenya bi Repash Ventures ne Hallows Ventures e wo kan shi drug lane wo duru ha obetumi anya bi mensa ka no yada so eche ene ye beche 500 Ghana cedis ye ne nipa kra obewi ni be kasa ansa na masori so nti shane so star 274 hash star 274 hash for MTN and Telecel customers mope ena mobetumi etwa bie nti sa wo momo ewo Vodafone no so ana Telecel no so ana MTN so no about star 274 hash now what you Power FM now call him take it back could be 5 series ye be pon a wa we no ye no be kasana amanfo so atenka e wa ha Dr. Usman atenase mekọ no ho na me na akwa akotwetwe nkomo e de afa eye back ache and back pain ho last week ye kasa wo kire yen kwan fa so ba ena me se ne oba o mra me kire prevention sinti ene no ho asem na e be ka doc akwaba bibia boko de atale ye colorful pa doc na emre ni hoti de twane ntentia back pain na ye ka ho asem wo kire se ye lifting ne ma na yamfa ye kotodwan support yamfa esa na we chi ekọ sukoso na ya anye ho hwe a ebe wie no na fe se surgery be ma ntumi ntra ntumi nyina ho biom just okotana wheelchair mo eti ehu sa no ye be den na ya prevent
yo me da se nti de edi kan exercise anase apomu atenetene na apomu atenetene ye obi be ye fe aerobics no ne edi kan se onipa edware ensuo mu swimming anase oye Bristol walking yade a eboa ema achiyare entiminye de emma ena onipa nso bicycling anase bia ye won say ye will be ho ase enye normal bicycle cry ye won ye esiwa na oye de all pide eno nso yade a because of say exercise na emfa pressure ento ye back muscles no so ntino etimi emma achiyare ne emma ne etoso enso esanso say ye behwe yen weight se nipa unkonkoma umu enye duru emroso anase unkonko ye kese enye de emroso ye kese emroso a the pressure eto ye chiri bremo no so etimi di backache ba ena konwa so a ye tena so bia no should support the lower back e kire se akonwa me tena so no se minya bibia etimi support machi hei a ekofom no
anti se akonwa wote so no bibi emfo ase ho a wotena se a ebeka wosisi no na wa relax here
sure
eno so de na yenye ye kan sumi ye mfa ho
wetimi di sumi ya sha wonte the pressure to eba etini so nti etimi di echi yare na eba enti so ho aye won konwa bi tisen konwa ye kitchen stools na ya tena so enisa wotena so ye den echesa u ya de kito ya de na wa sorry wuta tena sa konwa na eni bibia be support wechi na bebetimi di echi yare ede abrel ena nipa nso tse ne na music enyina ho bebre unipa ujina ho bebre wajina ho sa for a longer period of time ujina ho ayese ujina na edum pempenso bia ubetimi aye de atena se kakra anase ubema onan so ede esi bibi so kakra se wo hu na wa anyasa na se nyina ho no bebre e wo so etimi di echiyare na ede etimi ede eba ena to say ade aye maso to say ne wudi kan it should be smart lifting ena ade a wo maso no eni se ade a emu odu a wo maso no ukotu ya na o maso ese okon ukotu dwe ne mu kakra na wonsa ne wonsa we no esi ukotu dwe ne so wo sere ne so sa enti wo maso a weight no eba wo sere ne ukotu dwe ne so enka wachi no enti se wa anyasa na so continue se wodi ohun de bi obema ebe kakra no wachi ebe ya wo ya ensa echi yare we no eba beto se me ka che say ye ntamfa surgery enso of this con say rare but ye be surgery no ema wa 50-50 is ada say ubetimi anante ana wontimi nante obeka wo na bi okra wo nante ye ne kra no enye papa o kwa se nkrofo eden eso mu ne wetimi anante na saa de we ya de etimi ma ye skip ye nyuma bebrete ebubu nipa egu ho ewiase ma nyina yeah ewiase ma nyina eye condition na eye common na edi nipa ede eto ho eno so ne ma onipa etimi tena se afi ontimi enye de enye hwi bio enti ese ye me ye ni ede ekọ ho na asa activities ni esa niema ya bobo so nyina no ye ma ye ni enko ho ne etimi atwe ye ho afiri echi yare because echi yare no eyade a ehadwene pa na se wan sa niema ye ka nyina wan hye no nso na se wan yi ho enfrim na wan fafa bi nso anhye mu yi a obehu asa afi de later no na wachi eye wo ya
doc o can say wait say ye wait ni baby brea na afi akwakwe me kai say best 3 years ago na me weigh 73 and then me weigh 75
yeah
eti menti se me nkoduru he na ba me wawo
uwa ma hu say height no but e kire say sabre ya pempenso en esa wo start pe apomu atenetene ema wo
oh me dem me ko ahomachi kwa sem ko job
very good wasa wo tenetene wa apomu die enya de a na apomu atenetene enya de ye tedious the pressure bia etu wachi ni die e be difficult say ubenya akire eyare no
obi on tan checking weight be den hu say why overweight because obi wo why e ba na nim na hye kakra oh atale da so come ba so na weight aba
exactly on say ya na weight ye ka say obi mu ayedo ya na empempi na enye kese nko a obi so kra enso but the onso no o ni weight no edolso echen den ne oye kese no enti no advice ebe man say skill die ni bo nche danye den sa obi enti minya bi ewofie anopa bia wagina so na wa record at the 20 wa ye overweight I be say ye overweight then you work on it then adia ehia pa exercise eni say yet nipa tena say a whole day
did we ana
order na niam a wo di nyina so ya de be ma na ye kese nko a anwa too much carbohydrate na we sa niam na nyina ne ade a ya che na eti ne eyese onipa wo sorry a e day no you be say 10 to 15 minutes tini wapom would you win him 10 to 15 minutes okay now what tini wapom na afi wetimi akọ daily activities so yeah
very good doc my fan community here na yemre ni sha enche minister for gender children and social protection Dr. Agnes Namumulati yene na ebe bon komo wa ha ahwe vulnerabilities ene ma ne enkola wonu mu ye di ho nsem organ ha ye bedi ehon komonti o de ma fancy Baufi Nature Blend Hospital na baaye obi enti bibia se a number obefre na fe obetuma ba hospital
all right number na 0262 556020 0262 556020 essentially your WhatsApp line inti wonti bibia se a obetimi asend in WhatsApp 0262 556020 me da say doc
next week you be say next week the oba me do time ni nyina e be ma na say ye twetwa enema so tentem enti ene krowofo momra sebedwani e be ba ha say wono na Yewra John Mahama manaye Minister for Gender Children and Social Protection Dr. Agnes Namumo Late wono so e wa ha say Ghana Limited Araba Bazen Pills no abedwa so koneko pebi we oba bo so me so a na wutini so to me boss no taw adan a waya say cow dwe woda ho ntumi sorry menses no so no cry instant ne ho mayi mesra kope Araba Bazen Pills Ghana Limited for na dia ba pharmacy shop bia bi wo ho wa wo de ba bebiri na wo yem hyehye wo wa wo de ntumi mba ni nyina dure be bo asiesiu be bo asiesi ahimfi ho so ama ho ato kama Unicorn Chemist ewo Malam Junction no so chemicals wa dabraka Ekus Pharmacy assignment kasofo mobeko Jukat Pharmacy e to go office wa 0244139176 wo from penny for ebejo so let's talk educational consult de bia meka nkola no beko suku wombekwa onum se bi so wo akora na se ne bibi kora enkoyie se adwene mu na se wonya ticheni papa o kire na de etumi assist na etu akora de ase wa etimlele na ebi wo ho ahyase na kwa befa so training akora no yetumi eboa ma akora no na dwen no start ye adwuma biom ti psychologist awodo awo no mo kira de let's talk educational consultant de nya sam keto 6 months to 6 years ye joba no ye su and curriculum no nti adaworoma obefre madam dietesa ampofo it was 0249 069 821 ye leje kuku municipal assembly ni nche ho ye teshinungwa estate ho ena yewo tie estate ena yewo madam dietesa ampofo akwaba
Hello.
Oh yeah.
Good morning. Yamina Dumu. You
The was a good morning, Dedo. Kabionamdi.
Good morning. Good morning to you and Obibiaro Shahin Obibiaro Tain on 97.9 FM. No, XYZ TV.
TV XYZ.
Yeah, but TV XYZ. You Mati. Yeah, but in the haze no about education. Now, Piesie.
Yes.
And the Mepede Mitri and arguing to something that as about an area, but young is so obvious. My number from our own, and I pay dama okay no from a ditasa ample for AK Madam Time Bomb. Me feel let's talk educational consult. You were teaching Ngwa Estate. You been Lejokuku Municipal Assembly on the Mango Street. Say eba let's talk. I jemo from our ways 6 months to 6 years. And a years a Montessori and Indic educational program no years to one. Aside that no chechenyi na epede isuaze about him from early childhood education focused on Montessori methodology now. We'll take you through a button epede ebesia baby concerning your kids, understanding them, and anyone a better pocho eba in your resident monkomono. And then if you're a school, nesepede organize in-service training for your teachers are available for you. Into to my friend on 0249069821. 0249069821. And I pay my mincha Reverend Finacomo sample for you know for Mrs. Edith Ampofo. Now mincha Apostle Park we see him and mincha let's talk at church of na mincha make grandmothers in na all the grandmothers who have been calling me, who have been bringing in their grandchildren, but don't want to see very I mean sure one you make the school a lovely place, and thank you for the fact that we're the to the peak. This is where I want my grandchildren to go, so thank you. But I pay yeah, train and Adrian agent do na yes, Yazika Colonel. Sister Maria's and I, here number from money because they are open to social media and a lot of things out there, and you know, they need to know what we term as needs and wants as little as growing up. Yesterday, now member from will have a class, and this is your 3 to 4 year old class. Now, we'll have one class. They were learning about money. Neskana was about the Ghana currency, so they learned about the notes and the coins. Now, when what you want there, you get a 5 cities, ibetumenya or 1 city in Koko 5 no. They were like, so they prefer the coins rather to the note because only a baby plus it makes noise. But then you be someone there up dinner what the better no. They mention a drink, a juice. And you be someone there, is that what they need at the moment? And what be said there, what do we need at the moment? Oh no, or needed a juice, you know, with that amount of money that he has been given. So we had to take time and take them through. So then they came to understand that it's important than this one. Oh, so he important than this one. So when they were able to identify 1 or 2 things, and it drew my attention to the fact that as early as we can, for culture, the master know they to me try and best. Now I hear more from them differences because the influence around them, the influence on social media, TV, radio. Also, and so they need to know. Just imagine in Ghana from 2021 till date, you know, in 2021 we had 35.3% of Yanamo from 0 to 14 years. Say in millions, it was 10,890,453. But as at 2023, you know, not 0 to 14 years, you know, say add up more from together, we have 12.4 million. This is a number. These are the kids who will grow up and come and take care of you and I. Debi Ameka. Your future is tomorrow. On your nature, Nembro Baba. So just imagine you have 12.4 million kids between the ages of 0 to 14 years. You are teaching them the importance of what they need and what they want. As individuals, as a man, and as a one because I mean now sometimes we spend money on certain things. At the end of the day, we feel like we could have used it for something else. Or they need important busy. Needs are the things that we must have in order to survive. As I here to survive, and then your wants are the things that you would like to have to simply enjoy life. Anyway, when they get to know these things, it will help them. But what are some of the simplest things that you to me as actually here number from when it comes to all them needs and wanting? We can talk about Oye Edziban, which is very, very important because without it, they won't survive. Now electricity is part of us. Light, we can use that as an example. The mountain we can use clothing, as an example. These days, mobile phone is a need, it's not a want, because if there is an emergency or there is something happening, there should be a communication. And what medium can a child communicate through is the mobile phone. When I explain in as much as in some places, that is why when kids are growing, we teach them the areas they have to call when there is an emergency, the 911s and all that. Very, very important. Shelter, education, even your ordinary toothbrush, because when you are blowing gapoha, it's not cool. And then what are some of the things that to them they think it will be a want, something that will help them to have life and enjoy life? That is the want. Maybe today one candies, sweets, games, vacation, when you want parents to call, or certain little things they want to buy. When you teach them as little as they are now, in growing up, it helps them, one, in decision making. It helps them in decision making. It helps with relationships, because friends are becoming something else. Friends, the friends we have around us, progress, all these things will help them build their relationship, know their boundaries, because he or she will know a need for me as a friend, not one who will come and probably be able to spend the kakra more and now they will go to places. It will also help them when it comes to critical thinking, the need to take decisions, analyze situations, and then help to be informed when they are making decisions. Very, very important. From ordinary teaching them what they need and what they want. And then you can also help them to build boundaries. So after I build the boundaries, it helps them in their development, because then they know how to, where to go, who to go to, where not to go, how to associate and how not to associate. Uncle for Nyonkobia or the issue about bread. Uncle for being Ben or Bakaka how we bread. We know that there is a lot socially that is going on with these drugs that these kids are taking. Very, very important. And then it helps them to be creative as well, because they're able to encourage and explore areas that they know that this will be a need for me and a necessity, not being a want. And so the little I want to communicate to us in the underpaid Mr. So Erisha here now, start talking to your kids about needs and want. Very, very, very important. Or chinebi on say wuska e yabata na ye juma nezu ezuwechi jana on be say wuska on to wuska and touch it. Like it happens. A number of people who have institutions, who have jobs, who have set up organizations are waging their kids cannot handle. Please, let's start from this end to help them. Madam Time Bombini, and this is the best I could bring you. Let's talk education at consultation on Gwa Estate. Yaban Lejakuku Municipal Assembly on the Mango Street. Call us on 0249069821. Another but more send you on WhatsApp will reply you and have a conversation with you. Follow you on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. In that, with the needs and wants, and I'm a bro.
Yeah, that's it. So the needs and wants are some de ebre. Yeah, the man so baba na wa train you more way. Wa bokui ewo ye addition sense mo pa. But ne wo ye o fidie mo he so betumi aba na so wa ba be ye XYZ broadcasting ye bi ya kwemu se obi a opeso ni edi djuma bia na obetumi aba na wa ba be di djuma no fe ton ho XYZ ton ho no promo no ewa ha se wo wo restaurant wo shop ana se djuma de bia wo di pese de camera e be si usu na ye bebo ewo TV so se ne be ya manfo te wonka ebre na so se wo de ton ho promo yi ebeba na wo so de aba ya ju kuma bi na ya bo ne man ho dawuro enso de amount eto business or startup ne ne wo ye no wadaroma mayefa light ne to so na mansan te wonka no mo hu ba bia wo se no mo so mra meto ne ma frɛ 0533 Mr. Amo 0533 825870 0533 825870 wo frɛ a empanyifo bejo so ton ho no wo frɛ se ton ho no so pɛsɛ ton ho ya bejo so na ye ne wo abo enkomo na ma menkɔ na menkɔbɔ enkomo enso ewo eye ela we ma mensanka we no na ye nkɔbɔ enkomo Dreams Fertility Center Dreams Fertility Clinic ye no mo eba bebo enkomo ewo ha se sie yi na menua aba be kamensa mamene mo
akra mamene jo so tete mo se de jawa pa
jawa
no sa no de ntinu mamene ntena menduane
na amanfo ba
Americana no de
okay
na me nimisa awo ho hia amanfo be
awo problem wo ho ntibo boadanse no na Ghana fonte ase
nyame adom ye ba power yi amanfo awo ho ayo den na mama wa assurance se oba dream fertility clinic dia ho no ye nya adwuma bia wo ho no apart from awo ho nsem endim pacho obi awo diabetes owo kuku owo skin problem member ho no mo a special clinic a fertility awo nkuto ho adwuma na ye hwe enti clinic abrofo a ofri abrochi mama woni ye ma me ye friend Dr. Shirley Williams akabum na wode abrochiri organic medication organic edi san yarwa enase solve awo ho hawo biara ekoso ho nipa brabom enti wo ya awarefo na mutie mi anopa wi ana wo obi a wo pa awo na awo no emba wa try emba wako hospital yes wo variances anase wako hospital yes wo tuber block ana wo obi ma yes wo we are impotent and as a low sperm count. The only place I be assurance no 99%. So ba kwan bia so be fa ye funu ana ono ho ka fu bitime de ehie mu na mo so ma wa fam ho afam ba no Dreams Fertility Clinic. The kind for number no is 0599 555 220 0599 555 220 and 0597 225 388 0597 225 388 Mr. Timi obi wo no mo a wako hospital oni ukunu ana ono yere mako hospital ya yemo scan ya yemo test nyina hwe mo nipadua mu ya ka kire mo se mo ye okay chimatobi ani ukunu ho betumi awo nanso awo ne mba broni fe no unexplained infertility ye hu kofa ba ye hu adekode di through na de akoshe spirit bi Oba Dreams Fertility Clinic adwuma abrofo no ho ye nyina na ye awo nkuto ye dosu kowura oni padua no hwe adekode a akoshe sa problem no ye woduru de be ma wa se onya feta ebe boost you me say we free ho no ma kono ohope ne etonchi aka kire wo say saa time ko pem saa time obefa ye funu oba ho no ma ye no tonchi a oye oba nso a sebi otwa bra na opese wo san wo mesro Oba Dreams a ye woduru de be ma wa na otwe miensa achi no e wo se oye bra bio wa wotwa bra no e wo se oye bra bio number no 0597 225 388 0597 225 389 0597 225 388 Mr. Yakasa Trawa Dreams Fertility Clinic and hope and as our problem no as to which so bra Oba Dreams the memoirs ye brabio wa won so when ya premature menopause o de time on so senka be bra now sa baba wa kama onye bra kire se wontu nkosua sa kire se wontu mi fa ye funu sa tibia ni nyina ya de be ye de ama wo bra awo ho be hia o tie mi a uyo obema so obema nintime sorry uyo ba or fibroid when a lot of miscarriages offer frana say enye befu bi na ewe oba no enye bibia na how fibroid betimi akoso sa infections betimi akoso sa obu friend number no a 0599 555 220 0599 555 220 a appointment basis and to fra any abrofo no betimi akasa ni ama time and da obetima be share Dr. Benya Botre and onkutu adin komo the whole day na obekọ ni you problem ni nyina afri honomo mesrew abamba wa onbu nsanso de eno de mfa nkọhye honhom bia menstrual cycle nkoyi a kire se awon so le nkoyi pacho to the Cabra Dream Fertility Clinic fena mani sisi ya ena utie ye special program bi ho a ofra obeja special benefit inti fena mano ene men tutu na ase men twentwen ye mo location ni san se awo ya de ho hia ye hu ni se eye busia asem ye mfa ntudwa intu friend number no baby e wo bia de location de be kire na baby a wo bia no waba na ye be ma location bi tibi wa drive car wa cry anya baby a wo yira kwankora o friend number no ye de be kire baby e wo the time obetima be sha doctor enye gidigidi enye kona kotra hwe asem enye matra makoya adwuma bi ne ye wo ho eye ade a ɛyɛ friend is saying possible and I say your kwan bia so ade ne yɛ so kwan bia so ofa yɛduro no nyɛ gallon ba ko ne tumpan mienu ne ade ko keketua bi kona kono mu wie na bra bɛhwɛ ade ne bɛdi adanse se yɛka kyerɛ so tube a block ya TME ɛyɛ sempa organa ha say ɛbɛka kyerɛ so tube a block it tube yɛ ka say block pa na kyerɛ so the only option I want say obey IVF ɛno nso de agye sɛ ɔtɔn fie japade nyina bra oba dreams a ona why IVF be 3-4 anye nyina dreams na waba wo no etu atwa se che so tube block ya ade ba ko e be ne se oba ho no mo a ye be ma wadru ne ya ma wo time se sa mere wi unu madru no wi asa bra oba wi a ye be ma akọ back to hospital na wo ya ye lab na scan ka kire wo se tube block no na wasa akọ ye you know sa test ni bio na doctor ko no ka kire sa block no on some mount the interim and I say print the na wakwakoye no all man report the chambisa o say akwakosi sen dreams nye gidigidi kra okwan bia so be wafa ho afa oba se wutie mi na se wan ba dreams na wo ho ye wo den na wo da so ne nam enno mo botro ne kokoro yam de ensebro ase a e wan kasa na wo ye wo ho be srew ma asem kwa wie no ensi bie mu Ghana ha so obi so pa wo na onya madam oda dreams ano 8 years to 10 years no onya wo owo yuka brochi mem ana ne nyame adom saa duro ya ode ma we okohia bia ya kyerɛkyerɛ na go school na no wafa no mo kitam kwala makomako enan nti enye no kre ono ye na esi no tube no kra dia asɛe enye yie biu anso aduro ye tima se sama na tube na asɛe no and block you adamage ene wa wo ekitam kwala fo enti no waba Ghana sɛ won so a wokosa TV anim no won so be jamre na watumi afa oba number no is 0599 555 220 0599 555 220 and 0597 225 388 0597 225 388 last one is 0597 225 389 0597 225 389
ne bono
ola from din ono kra de I just say orphanage home ye nje big gidigidi wo be awon ne hia adanse ne hia nti oba ho no
nti bo ne ye
mfasika bebrebe amba ho
yate
mfasika bebrebe
mera say it's a dreams fertility clinic enso enono yenko na yenko pe yawo ewo ho na bibia enko so kama abuju afronche ye ne maame ye honorable doctor Agnes Namomo Lati Ebetwetwe Nkomo, the Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Member of Parliament for the good people of Krowo Ewo Enkran Hase wano ena eye ema ena nkola ene asetena mo ahobambo bia yehia bia no ehye nsa ewo Ghana ha Medi Moses Clinic and Herbal Center for 31 years. Yes, chese yesaya rema ibi nso form na yakwa kofa duro bia be frɛ no Medi Moses garlic capsules ebo adwuma dika pa amanfo a wo mo ma mepe bi mo no me no wo mo se duro no boa pa wo mo tumi da kama ama sesia no etumi detoxify body no esa boost immune system mamboje dia fusani ye eno achi ya prostate disorders ho eduro ho sexual weakness ne sciatica malaria de nketenkete stroke say ya waduro STI say nketenkete adata barrier any police station any didn't share anymore Fred Dr. Medi Moses was 0244 068447 kai wonu say 31 years nya o share adwuma ya say sayare sa amanfo ni problem nti wo yare bia prostate issues yesan wa dental clinic ya lab wo ba nuro ekoye ASL building no highway authority ya the ministry se ho eje kojo ye so ya waso ye ho kumase for ye bekwa ahena makokobe na eye mega cash no so ya biemu eno de instant bobi cca star 426 star 5 hash star 426 star 5 hash eno no oboa no select box bia ope bia take it back 5 series eno di a ho na mumu no ba udi a mumu no ba nti ya wa de di NLA Caritas platform no ye wo so bi ntie we no libilibi no labalaba kwa ti se hu box na uchu su ba kon na yate 5 series udi a sikana begu nsem enche ye bebie big one num obetuma di 500,000 Ghana cedis nti eya se no so sa efama yen na health alert clinic enso sanyare ulcer treatment center ba kon no yaje ho award kra eti bra cholesterol, typhoid fever, prostate issues when so a chini war and nemu yare usisi ya oda wonda no adawroma bra a health alert clinic ye betuma boa pa ye wo suna ho ba be detoxify body no massage ni physio so ho lab services so ho madina any post office they didn't share anymore free 0242 518893 what the answer be free health alert clinic 0242 518856 ma me ko hola herbal severe I say stroke, diabetes, oba Dwabo Ase unufum. Tieni ye una se atata na oni problem no. Hola Severe Herbal Clinic. Obi a wotwa fanebra. Sexual weakness e nkete kra. Assignment ye ne Access Bank credential anymore. 057 665 6658 057 665 6658. Ye kwa humijemu tew na ye ba Dr. Agnes Namomolate, Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection. Yanene bonkomo.
She's coming. She's coming.
I know. Go to the pharmacy now.
She's coming.
She's here. Pay faster, pay safer, and pay easy with Momo app. Download now and pay with the QR code, merchant ID, and so much more.
Yefem na kwa me taxi driver na enkane na misisi eso misisi na kame na to na twetweme binya 3p garlic misa no aboa me pa ebunu ata miracle bi wadro no just mafumu pra so di sia twini anka me humi esi so me humi ani esi so obeka se di bibi hye me so bi no na ye normal nti mi be pi na ti no ti pa me sa 3 days ni ebunu anka se de nyankopon di ayi bi ahodi ti ma ye bi nya sam keto ana se we de me flower card so na me fa hye me nkwa ne
me de abe 3 years ana asemi gina wa menemu sisinya se me kwa no de ameko bia mu so much medru ta be 6 years ni o tema bi am ye ma di se ne meja na ta ya le ne nku preko ene 4 days ana me koto 3 garlic mixture di tema me kase yanku pe no yam se ene ya me no kase me wa to me a me gin wa me mpese
3p garlic mixture ubenya bi wo mamu pharmaceutical shops and herbal shops Fred Piwak e wo 02489288824 and 020100002.
For your mom, but TV XYZ and a power 97.9 FM. Dwabo Ase Jumedi Sune, Yatana CNA, na ye bonkomo. I am Pimpi, Mubisa say, ministers no, Monty Monka, na time na, one more air power, no, not yet 2 monka, na, then as you say, one more mighty. You go so no more bonkomo, not ye one so abamonase, na, insema. One more any near one more various ministries and now various departments and agencies no almost ready about to any. But the Piesie Okrah, boys prefect, your chief tankers, honorable without constituency, and then my guest, I know a bon como a mercy bibini edema Krowo abato mpeswa so honorable Dr. Namumu Lati ono ena waye me guest ono minister for gender chese gender ministry hadye ono ena owaha in charge of affairs se Ghana emma bunu ena fe enkolanso yedie ebekoso ye ewo omaimu enu tina yaba ne nase woba office yenya ne ndi nkoboda ntie ne yebedi nkobo kakra dia fa nema oye ho honorable Akraba
yeah
bibia bokode
nyamiadum na also
nyamiadum me ho ye pa anope yeda sese ye ne wo kasanso wa ma ebre se yemra ene wo entwetwe nkomo we nkomo efi nkomo
mate
ntino yebisa gender ministry ba so far aha ne tesen
yo medase menua bema meda munyina nso asese munya adagye se mo ni mebedi nkomo afa ministry no ho Ministry of Gender and Children and Social Protection senya edini etie no ubonhu se ye ejuma ye no cross cutting na che say almost every ministry obeko no ubonhu bibi efa gender children and social protection ewo ho enti ministry na ejuma no de eso pa na ebanisa ubonhu say you always be running around because there's always something to attend to. Society, it's about this ministry. Everything that concerns society is about us. Ye beka sakra no don't say ye nyama ye nkomodie mu no don't say ebetwetwe nyama from other side aba efa nkwala ho mpanyifo memma ne ma nyina omuyedi
alright
so be hu ministry no ni how kese me betu ye fa the fact say in terms of political leadership no ye share that enya minister bia wetimi atena ha for long for the past 8 years
okay
ministers omo banyina omo nche and ebanisa that kind of political leadership and a driver it was a ministry ni nyano onyanisa ministers eba has substantive ministers no omoye 5 in the past 8 years.
The past 8 years.
With 2 caretaker ministers. It is 7 ministers in all. I don't know which other ministry suffered like that. Ebanisa, we say that leadership to drive government vision, no, and share that in Niho.
Okay.
And see all the time, you know, you have to remind your technical staff that there's a leader. Senyo muye nyama like having and see all the time we have to align and make sure that we are all on the same page doing the same things. Yes, I'll bet now and they will forget that there's a minister now and be doing what they want. And see ministry nejumani they easy. Issues about lip, issues about school feeding, the major headache and other things efa ye juma ye hono enye easy but nyame adom once there's a will there's a way, and once you also know say you are serving the people na service to man is service to God, no ema osa areshimune say in spite of all the challenges, no nyame beba through for you.
All right,
and see we are doing our best.
What is President John Dramani Mahamad's vision as far as gender and social protection back on top of the table say yen drive it vision?
Yo semeba ne tofa anenye sana.
Yes, anekam.
Semeba ne tofa na chere say obe reduce vulnerability. Se ne be ya nyema ebe ma obianya aye nani daswa sano. San nyama no or putting in measures to make sure say san nyama no we ye free ho. Senyo kra wa brena sikra, and that is why we say or the nyama to say free sanitary pad policy no say there will be a policy drive to that. Say in Kwalano and feel too vulnerable say there will be this issue I mean say Martin sex for pad and where the men buy the sanitary pads for the girls and then or more take advantage of them. Efin no nkwala ntumi nko school because of period issues. See, I have a friend period poverty.
Period poverty, yeah.
Period poverty. Poverty. You say you use money na every ho, and see it will reduce the vulnerability in that aspect. That aside, then we share the issues of abuse. Also whether sexual abuse, domestic one, and all of that, and also his intention is to make sure, say, whilst we put in the long-term measures, there's the transit period. Shelters to take care of abuse people, and then shelters to take care of the aged, and then shelters to take care of your friend is trafficked persons.
And no more yet true agency. Say about abuse mostly no dofsu for and to me a bambi more linked with dofsu so that abuse be ba mobile shelter said their mom or more channel about saying for how long are they going to be there?
Okay, so the ministry responsible for that is the gender ministry. There are multi-stakeholders.
Okay.
Some are donor partners. More from DPs.
Okay.
And the state agencies to say dofs mona honke kahono. Almost so ewoho. But yena we have the oversight or the core responsibility to see to it. Say these kind of abuses don't happen. And when they happen, we collaborate with the other state agencies to ensure say they are meaningfully addressed.
Blueprint Ben out the ministry numa sa abuse way because you're Joma say resetting agenda. It's a resetting means that we will not be doing things that are not a war. We are doing new things in new ways for new results. It's a day and a dahwa a year they will fast walk and their drivers are.
Okay. So we share His Excellency John Dramani Mahama vision now. In resetting, it's not necessarily reinventing the wheel, but actually building on the experiences from the past.
Okay.
And making sure some of the things that doesn't help us as a people, they are meaningfully or significantly reduced and addressed. And in resetting, baby, fem ana ye patri, we want to as much as possible avoid those areas.
Okay.
Na yen share a path yen yina betumi aka say when we chart this path, it is the right way for us to go. It calls for a lot of sacrifices because people are not used to change. Nyama say who reset here, not just say nyama be so you will not follow the norm. You have to do things in a different way to have different results.
Okay.
And see, Mebahano, within his vision, in fact, I don't, it's not like I don't have a vision of my own. I have me catching for say, we share the vision or the resetting their vision that you find yourself in, you can relate as a person. Now, you can't have a vision outside that of the president. And yes, we say president, and at the end of the day, Obano or share or account it to the people to say, maybe a typical example.
Okay.
The president had a vision for 21 days, or 120 days. 120 days, I want to do this A, B, C, D. Now, Swaba, outside that 120 days, you can't be doing things outside. I mean, but you can have a near maybe in the implementation of the 120 days task, what we call significant others. In the course of the implementation, but you can have those ones there, but won't mean just 120 days to implement any other thing. And to working within his blueprint, we're able to achieve most of them. Osha nyamane was say enya dia ministry most of them ye on our own.
Okay.
But one ye need Ministry of Education.
Okay.
AAB, ye need trade, AAB.
Okay.
And then other even finance.
Okay.
Into Osha, it's almost all over. most of the things are here and obe say ministry no ho one way or the other.
Okay, it as a nyama na mo ye na nkasa no more yeah, sometimes policies be free more, but other agencies and other ministries and be implemented.
Yes.
For instance, trade ministry and education ministry take care of this free sanitary pad or can once me.
The sanitary pad is between ourselves and education.
And education.
Trading can.
Okay.
You need trade, any finance, Women's Development Bank.
Okay.
And if you know, you need foreign affairs. I think one other ministry, CC Energy so
okay.
The spillage, dam spillage, you know.
Dam spillage.
More were affected, no.
Okay.
Their resettlement and other things.
I know apa kusi saying.
There's a report, the energy, in fact, it is being driven largely by the Ministry of Energy because they have a component that they are working on.
Okay.
We are looking into the resettlement and all that. There's been a series of engagements. Ministry, no, alcohol. They've done initial engagement. It's multi-stakeholder. And there's been reports. So based on the recommendations, no, the new one in terms of the vision of the president, to make sure say whatever compensation is given, no, those compensations are holistic enough to get people on their feet and reduce vulnerability.
People of Mepene, those areas now dam spillage in common. One more to bring more yakakra because O2 them and I'm sure a year for now a dina submerge now ube we no baby in Dania there on Tadia say livelihood near there. It's a recommendation by Namodema because the energy area finance ministry is better in case of sikanis and more recommendation here there.
Yen for Ministry of Gender, and this one is not what is in the report, but this one yen share Emmanuel and Nankwalano Ntibia. That is what we really focus on. And yen say how will the women be able, if they are involved in trade and others, no? How do we resettle them to ensure, say, at least if you don't reinstate them to Berbiano Mowono, or Mubenya Bibi to start all over again. And Ankwalane so will not miss out on education. But Momubeti Miyako school and Omu health, generally, no, the health of the people, say camp now with the Omuakwa, they sure say they are comfortable enough and they will not lose out on normal life because of what has happened to them.
Again, our person can imprint the offer short term na again office other philanthropists are here or more dear be a cement the honorable member of parliament for Northton, our colleague of parliament or no so here and you may do a host sit down there. Gender ministry no so far specifics being and a more driver
okay, so with works and housing, wouldn't say or some housing projects are you bet me take advantage of. Abandoned ones are you bet me CSC now you are resettle in the time being. But when you are doing all of these things, you want to build in sustainability.
Sure.
Now I sure say the long term, what are the implications and other things. Usually we don't say implementing some of these things, we force a draggy, but we pray too much and so then we say in the long run, one or two things are tossing. But of course, in Yama says we need immediate, medium, and the long term planning to ensure say the impact is not that drastic. And see that is what we are working towards. By now, a comfortable place by way of shelter and then be a makeshift shelter, but actual shelter. Everybody like a dire we would want the ideal situation for them, but then we also know that we are restricted in terms of resources available, but within government's capacity and other stakeholders, who say what is good and best.
And what is good and best.
Oh, like Cecia Mekano, recapitalizing the women to start business. and then also making sure say they are comfortably accommodated. And Ankolane school, whatever they will need to start something in terms of school. And there are other social interventions that are running. The LEAP program, LEAP cushions them in a way. And if school feeding, at least when they get to the schools, they will have a meal, hot meal to cut off the number of meals they would have had from home. And in their the others can also benefit largely from them.
Okay, my free me pen na Ghana for general sanitary pads for Nkwalamba wo school no. Mampenyi estate the first chapter no. And na obae na wababe launch. Education ministry na driving more. E hon sem te say ankasa.
Yo minua me say ti say senya me sha se na America no. Onya penyi a owo enisuade hu a most of it no ekoye say it's difficult for people to understand yenya the likes of Kwame Nkrumah na baby no omo hu no any Africa no, most people didn't get it. It was the same thing that happened during JM10 Emra na ye mame Nana Jeno Poku Ajimaye education minister. At that time, no, started say this issue of sanitary pad, was becoming, a big issue. It was yetimi solved before it escalates into something else in future. No, people made mockery of it. Say of all the issues in Ghana, why sanitary pads?
Even today, I'm out for Kamwasem.
But at least we thank God, say the larger population, based on research and data available, no. And my who say, enya dia, was say you can say as a mind, no, you're twatching na you're doing just the infrastructure.
Okay.
It is it has multiplier effects. Kwalani Timinko school, no, it creates a gap. In fact, from latest research, no, and then Yamia Aduma, there's a film that will be a documentary that will be shown, spearheaded by the Vice President's office at the British Council. NA, I think 3 p.m. Okay. Obeho say, most of these things, no, it takes about 90 days of absenteeism from school or in Kwalani Timinko school, especially where we have traditions compounding the problem. You menstruate here, this number of days you can't cross this river. And at school now, yes, in school, you see, so how to get the children to go to school and all that when they are menstruating? Imagine if there's no proper measures in place, there are no proper measures put in place, say, omu tro exams they will miss out 5 days. That is a lot of days in exams period it takes away their self-confidence and dignity. When she's going to soil herself or whether she has soiled herself or the right mindset are obetimi dia suade no we say and when it comes to the family setting no we say there are two choices or few choices for the family to make: to buy sanitary pad for one girl or two girls and then feed the entire family. The choice will always be for the larger family members. This comes a long way to support us and to reduce the vulnerability. Say me person me top pad na me use will be there or family pad at the end of the day niya won person besi they sleep with the girls get pregnant, and then the school miss they miss it because they are pregnant. It is a very serious issue. Nobody should take lightly. Sometimes I wonder what goes through the minds of those who make fun of this sanitary pad issue. Politically, Ubeka Senkrofo wants to score points only when they see the need for it. But this is a visionary leader who foresaw it way back, almost a decade plus back, or started say or putting in measures. Yamiadum wamani another opportunity to have prioritized it in 120 days in office. No, or say who say the president's vision has not died off, and he's doing it with conviction. Say this is the right thing to do for women or girls in Ghana.
What you may achieve when you're based on data and research, the number of school for mom we at the moment. What you may achieve?
Okay, so because it is not a one-off thing, it's going through processes. We had the 120 days to launch it.
Okay.
Until the launching is the first step. But before the launching, only are calling for expression of interest.
Okay.
Yeah, part of the procurement processes.
Okay.
Until legally, we are starting process. We are still in the procurement processes. Yeah, be awarded. Once the companies have been awarded, we say they will start producing. And the what you saw were samples that were brought. Senyo a package, not for sale. And a government of Ghana logo need to be account. We are using the structures of the Ministry of Education to do the distribution because they are in almost every district.
Yeah.
And they have their district offices. We also have a district desk officers and then the social workers. But then education has a full-fledged, structure that can support the disbursement in a more sustained way. And see, you sue education structures. Once the production starts mainstream, and want to make sure we are using the district education structures because we don't want any girl to be left out.
Okay.
And that is what we'll do for the full term. One year, your sanitary supply. Then you don't have
full term supply.
Full term supply.
Until everything be amber once.
Exactly.
Okay.
Until you buy, if 3 packs, you get your full 3 packs, and then you use it for the
entire term.
Yes.
It is as it stands now. Munyan start semoche.
Not in the formal way. From procurement.
Oh, okay.
But we have donor partners and other people coming to donate sanitary pads to you. A World Menstrual Hygiene Day. And see, you will see.
Okay, it's actually a
28.
Okay.
Across the country, we don't say people will donate, whether you buy it and then you distribute just to mark the day and tell the girls that we are there for you. You are not forgotten. There's a group of girls so tomorrow and any other day, once we roll these out, I pray that we'll find room to remember them. Those girls that dropped out of school due to pregnancy, they are still suffering and they are also in the period poverty bracket. And I hope that all of us together will find them to give attention to them.
Emmanuel, now, staying again with Emma and ma yen check it. Teenage pregnancy are same way. Especially social workers and I say Udu district assembly your social welfare for and I say social workers good. Again she say now they are two says those social workers now work district assemblies are on across the country their program and a project ben more they minimize a teenage pregnancy
Okay, thank you. Together with gender desk officers, there's constant community sensitization and engagement. Even in the education for structure, say almost so educated girls. Previously, it takes 2 to tango. Obani bema na bema no eja obani ho when it comes to pregnancy. And you say it was really not fair to the ladies. When a girl is pregnant, as much as possible, no stigma no but first and once the girls get the needed support they go back to school, they write their exams and they complete.
How do parents, as a parents, a bim? Because we go out, Nebani, my name, my boy, who school, one yam, Naya Tuna JJ. If you are branching on any yam, no cry, on Yejuma, probably a student.
Okay. So one of the things I was doing, I still do, is that on a personal level, no, I give them education because one, what bre actual colony to a certain point, sisi awako ni say, ye too poverty, you don't look at what has happened. Na umma wa bemu embu. But you look at the long-term effect of what has happened. And he said, "Uja akwalani ho say ushe no go school. So unko at the end or say aba until you throw your hands up in the air in despair. No, Uba say the implications no best before you started. Until I encourage parents and tell them say, I do intervention where the parents get some support. So your tabletop business and now or your bibi kakra, you put in some capital. Not only me and fancy baby no so what no idea kwalano. Then the girl goes back to school.
That is what I now as member of parliament.
I still do.
And you still do.
I still do.
So extending it to Ghana for no. What
extending it to Ghana for no. Education for policy no doesn't bar the girls from going to school.
Okay.
And I so your advocacy. That is as a ministry. That is what it is. The girls can go back to school. In my personal capacity, Anna MP, no, what I do is that if this school and Anna will want now when you see and the stigma is too much now, you find yourself relocated to another school.
Okay.
If that will help you to go and complete.
All right. Leap no mobile master sem manasa dada diena na ekoso.
Dada diena na ekoso.
Payment is saying.
Sesi amene wo kasa no Ministry of Finance ama release Accountant General you bear the next disbursement and see hopefully by the close of this week to next week I was saying the next disbursement we are hoping to enlarge it to take on more Osha there are people who have to graduate because they've been
okay.
It's going through a period of assessment as well.
Okay.
Since I started, we've not really assessed it. It is now that we're going to assess it. And now, enlarging more people to come on board.
It is sadly program na yesika mutua de mama browa for mpanyimfo. I no ya buy.
No more did them.
And no more did them no. It has issues about corruption around it. But mpanyima amasi wo to corruption as o buy assessment unya nye there but who call into the assessment e dey feast and how they call.
Yeah, me can say in every human endeavor maybe you can't say 100% you've put in the systems to check, but at least to a significant level, no. Yes, there will be people who, for one reason or the other, if you are using a disbursement or disbursement platform na bia nipa ne phone na kodi obi ho ana ayira ana se ana emrewane mpo amumba ekra omo ni nyama no. Once they get the money, there's the risk of they going for the money without the actual beneficiary having it. But these are few. And so, you don't want it to take the shine out of the ones that larger groups benefiting from. Won't say significantly, it is changing and impacting lives. And so, as much as possible, at every say, how do we perfect the system we are running? And that is what we're doing. Going around to monitor.
Baby, sikano dano to ye man kawana se unyayanka ye bejam kaka.
Oh, I mean, adipa. Even if you say each person should receive 1,000 Ghana, 100,000, we'll always welcome more. Just like school feeding. Peja so from 1 cedi 50 pesos. Say I want 2 cedis. In fact, our actual target was 5 cedis.
Okay.
But Cecilia, it's not a matter of cutting your coat according to your cloth or material, but according to your size. Because Okrah material 2 years. 2 years. According to your first, what was the normal one we were saying? According to your size.
Yeah.
Now we share material na crown na we share we kesi also be pam kaba slit enko. So be top be now dia share no sa and so that is the way we are managing.
But plans for what's going forward no.
Absolutely.
School feeding.
Absolutely.
Over to school feeding necessary saying because where predecessor granted interviews be break say school feeding no now rot be break ewom ama for jiska one more enkoye oba no na say ankasa.
You see, there's no smoke without fire. There's an iota of truth in what she said. Mean to me can say like people have tried, some people have tried to rubbish it, but a system it's difficult to handle because it comes with a sense of entitlement. Because of the way it's been handled in the past, there were people who fed previously. The caterers, they were not paid into two legacy debt. And but people feel that one of the challenges we are having now, we say, with local government. We started off from local government. So the implementation was being done by the MMDCs.
Okay.
And then it moved to gender. Gender had its own structure, right from the national coordinatorship to the regional coordinatorship, then the zonal, then the district implementation committees with the desk officers as well. Nkrofo Bebre would want to go one way or the other, thinking says school feeding is bibia they can, it's policy driven. When I met with the coordinators, I said, proud to all of you coming on board. You thought school feeding was just setting fire and cooking for people. It is policy driven. It has to achieve its target. There will be challenges because when there's change, a lot of people get uncomfortable. But as much as possible, we are trying to explain things to people so that they will understand, and then the program will roll off and carry on with less problems.
How
timely
payment? Timely payments.
Timely payments of feeding fees. And building in the quality the president has assured Ghanaians, and then making sure that the entire process is as decentralized as possible. These are things that we are building in. And easy, whichever way, rough or smooth, we are bent on getting things done in the right way for people, for the people of Ghana or the peoples to benefit from it.
Again, na honorable na momolate epese wo ye na o legacy bi e wo school feeding saa e ho no.
Me da say me enisuade ho to support what His Excellency wants to do is to have legislation to back the implementation of the school feeding program.
Legislation then what will go into
Emra ebe bakeno in the terms of all the processes are school feeding no efamono from caterer procurement to recruitment to everything, so that at least Obiabe will say this is, and then proper education and sensitization. That one we are going to take off very soon. Once all the schools are rolled on and they are feeding, it's one of the things that we are dedicating time and resources to do, to educate people, to let them understand. Say it is to boost enrollment as well. It is to encourage the children to be in school and to reduce vulnerability, and for them to have the peace of mind to study in the schools. You've been rolling out all stakeholders to let them understand the policy behind school feeding. Na yenya emra ebeba keno send ebeya yeya obi nka say nka say yeye no ana say yen twist trick it this way or that way, but it will be solid as implementation. Na enjoy the back and forth in terms of how it is done. Just back and forth, constantly, the children will be fed and will be able to achieve.
2 questions in one.
Okay.
Kwamba na yefa so that schools na ebini hono yedi bi alcohol hard to reach areas. And 2 monitoring net saying send the nutritional value and kola here no wombenya ewo nuane nom na consistency atumi aye adwuma na wo no mo timbia ombe no aduane.
Okay. So with expansion, it is a promise. Mampini, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, done so say all schools will eventually benefit from school feeding program. No, we sure there's a deficit going to about 5,000 schools that are not benefiting. And what is Koswa? It's also because of schools are benefiting. Without doing any analysis, I wish school was say but it is the same thing about cutting our coat according to our cloth.
But we make sure say
eventually we'll get there.
Next year, this year and next year, what is a young to me for saying. I don't want to give some timeline, but within the 4 years, at least we'll work towards that. As the economy improves, we can take on more challenges that are, financially demanding. As we speak, I can't make promises on behalf of the finance minister in the state, but we'll eventually get there. All right.
And the nutrition, we are working with, in fact, it is built into our menu,
Okay.
It's a World Food Program, and other stakeholders are on board to ensure, basic things like protein and other things are built into it. Yes, things like soya bean and beans and other things are built into it. At least that is what we are advocating for. They will have egg meals maybe 1 or twice in a week, but we are looking at working towards that.
Okay. All right. Monitoring
monitoring one of the key things because of the large nature of it. Say one year monitoring year a behadre until make structure from national coordinatorship. You come to the regional coordinatorship, then you have the zonal coordinators, and then you have the school implementation committees, and then the desk officers. Until all of them, say at every point, we are having reports as to what is happening. Say I take it off, it's a bit rough. What's it the day all over because of some of the issues that are not being well explained. But call round in the course of the monitoring now, we will say we will understand each other and then it will rule on.
Issues now any well explained it na ebi mo bo atwede
Exactly.
It's issues.
Oh, these are issues. I'm sure when we sit with stakeholders, everybody thinks once the school is close to me, I should be the one to cook there. And I once a woman hono, it should be my, my sole, responsibility to take care of it. People see things from different perspectives. And we are humans. Would you be too in charge of something? Now, woman and inch. We jano without proper measures. Obet me like 3 inches. These are some of the excesses in the implementation. We are ironing out. We are meeting with various stakeholders to let them understand. Yetiomo, because we want a perfect system. Party for other stakeholders, because it is not just about those who cook. It is also about those who will supply or those who supply and other stakeholders. You'll be able to account for the leadership provided to the program.
Street children. Our more extra de a bit the bread I say and of course circle I'm for that say a be and cola a be a ma you are my kayaka de a dear now where they are found.
Issues around streetism akoye in some case and in some baby Osha free just the social part of it because issueshemu ekyere say nkofo ama strategism aye quite lucrative a omo timi ko fa nkwala every baby edi besra ade na nya so far no akodu security point it's now become a security threat and see enye bibia na discussing in terms of measures as to what we would do. But the abuse cases, no, as much as possible, we've put in measures to be proactive. But in case it fails, no, then we are looking at addressing them
measures.
We don't even want to go into details of it because OSHA now there's a task force handling.
Yeah, now immigration for Chichi Bimo over 2,000.
There's a task force that is operating with the Ministry of Interior, and the Ministry of Gender is part of it. Okay. And you know we also handle trafficking, human trafficking.
Yes.
And see, all of that is built into it as part of your responsibility. And see, we are actively involved in it. But I'm very sure say it's not a menace. You might not be able to get everybody off the street, but as much as possible, no, the streets are kept safe and decent for both children and other people.
Okay, Honorable Namomo, Yedin Community Women Development Bank. Tell me about that.
Okay, so we've launched the allocation of funds has been done. Yes. We are now, let me say, putting the concept into a very solid mood.
Okay,
we've done consultation with individuals who have gone that path before or similar path before to see the vehicle it will sit in for it to be driven. And see, personally, Dr. Piesie Okrah, who has implemented a similar model, Akasa, Yafa Adwin Efriho, the Ministry of Finance is also engaged, and then trade. Share the vehicle, and then the office of the Vice President. The Vice President's office has oversight over gender, education, and health. And I think by first week of June, we will sit down and then we will go into the infrastructure discussion now. And then afterwards, we'll be Yenka.
Sesiano, ya allocate sikano.
Yeah.
So, launch no abaso like you senior and yama besia kono. To now kind Juma se ma benye Juma ya niade. Yeah, we understand say ma nko and enkoye Juma or sanity.
You have to. That's the whole idea. That's the whole idea.
Okay.
We don't even have to discuss it. It's gone past that. The president's vision is to support the women and women-owned businesses. It's setting up. It's Emma all the way from top to bottom.
Okay. Because Emma who near my idea here needs to know. MTN for LD some program about they support women with certain data plan and they call bandela SMEs. Your report recommended at the central government and they say ebre budra etibia yemwa to say maslow loans and I say be ADB boy more into a Greek
in fact, say any of the policies or any initiative aligns with Nyawokana, then we can make recommendations because sometimes you don't want to, like I said from the beginning, reinvent the wheel into who is there doing what, how do we come in, how do we partner, and to say BB na say MTN all the people you have called that will be able to see who to partner with. You can make recommendation if it sits well with the other implementing bodies. Now we'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. I wish for your honorable Namumulate member of parliament at the Ma Krowo. I know one kind one minister for gender. Ghana Hasia. Waka Nitumupo. Adwene de akyere ye fa emma ene nema ekoso kwan ya be fa so abo emma ho ban na ade ba kom me refie about the abuse no asem no no briefly Kumasi Academy school Kumasi omo the issue be about two and earlier me the picture ne kira akwala ba ya school for the e bia so on dey you be punish me say corporal punishment friends punishment ne ade but this video and pictures I can teacher near from film abo akwala to ho ama na to ni nyina bia ye muja te say ne ye de kira no ye de to screen so e Ghana for ehwe sa ade we e course wo school mu a assault make we sana meka no say what punish ama na traso ensem bi say no awofo tete wo ho na me dem ba ko school na ye hwe no na ne chia papai shouldn't that be a thing of the past?
It should be but usually there's a gap between what is and what should be. In the ideal situation they say yashe mrase sa kind of corporal punishment ye free her and say a work schools nim and na effins no education to a large extent say it is not only inflicting injury on children and yenim free titino na ye correcting kwala, but you can correct in love, and there's been so many options made available. This is actually abuse, and when it comes to our notice, we will investigate, we'll listen to the other side of it, get the full story, then the ministry will take it up with those, and then we handle it. You
spoke about say your legislation at their first school feeding. That's abuse where school because the ministry oversee the protection of children. A man and member in our account. It could have been Bema, Bono, Amana. Is it that you resist issue of parliament? Na yaka bibia fa ho ana se yenye bibi to say bia mra bi mra
emra covering this. We have enough laws within which doves will even operate. And so even domestic violence covers that. Abuse of children, child protection, child's rights, all those laws are there. It is the enforcement of it and the problems is one of the things we also do is that like any state agencies and other partners collaborate to make sure that some of these abuse cases are addressed, and we'll look into it and then get to understand what the situation is in the protection and interest of the child.
It's the protection and interest of the child. What about Tintina? Maybe someone saying baby. Make me a disaster me a job. Say the HRMI.
Obey me the ministry, no.
Meet me the jaw.
Obey me the ministry, no.
Okay, Mate. Because Obiko school na Bianca said teaching the mental, but Bono Memano could do say hospital, even
a fear cry, we don't allow this kind of punishment again. And in America say the Beja ministry, it is the ministry that has the mandate. And we'll investigate more. And then maybe before you leave here, you can give us the full story, or if there's a video we can watch, and then follow up on it.
Okay, me that say Honorable Agnes na Momolate watching be so free Ministry of Gender has there. And then I'll be person Ghana for Fankayo.
You me that say at this point, Maminda ye man penny and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and Yabai NDC Yabai Ase for this opportunity to serve in this capacity. And ye ubia nenya nesa enti medana ase. Se ene na president can say, oh, kobebi fofro ana say me free ministry ha. I want to be remembered as one who has supported the president in implementing his vision for the ministry. Say or reducing vulnerability, issues of the shelters, issues of the aged, women in terms of women omuye ejuma somo omujuma no etimi SCP say yeah creating a pool of empowered women, and then children who are living lives of dignity omusuro say they are not safe. That is what I want to be remembered by. But most importantly, the legacy projects, the building of the shelters and then market enhancement projects, yetimi aye money SCP. And these are things nyamiadum say mitimi ya I would say yema obi moa mesi yebema me emoni bi because I have supported in implementing the president's vision for the ministry.
Okay, say nyina aka ma asem san ma nkola emema no so dey enema ne wo ho I protect nkola memo anso ewo under your ministry.
Okay, recently minya some others visitors nkwala member and na omo advocate for nkwala member. They came to me and almost say, I think you need to pay attention to us as well. And I can say yes. Until we are hearing them, we are seeing them, we know their concerns. They are never forgotten. You really feel muda. We can never forget about them. They are part of society. Omukahoma society edimu. But me catch there was something that I explained to them. When share infonia ebo me wall you I used it to explain issues of equity and equality.
Okay.
Say uka say we be equal. It means say dokunu baako na wocha. Ubeche dokunu baako na maye na ye woha. But meanwhile no bia obi mpe dokunu ana baako no kra ontimi ndi. Into odi quarter na half ni ahwe ni aka no ebeko waste.
Yeah.
But obi so wo ho a ohia dokunu be say 2 answer 1. That is the situation there. Until Usha Yama Obia 1111 box. With the introduction of the one box, it's an intervention.
Okay.
Send your bay on betting but with that intervention, Usha, there are some that are disadvantaged. What you are saying? Ebietia. Ebimu they don't even need the box. So papa na onya box. Pack and so come up. Them akwala nyoyetia no with the one box on so but the list of them no with the 2 boxes and son on so ehunia ekoso park and so it is the situation with the boys.
Okay.
So when you come in with issues of affirmative action na wo share se aye wo emra fa ho a obehu say in most of the cases, majority of the cases no largely no emano na omoye disadvantage. But as a ministry no wherever we found a boy being disadvantaged, we go to their aid. Into the assurance say the NSA say they fine man yamahua. It doesn't mean say we've neglected the boy child. We are there with the boy child and we'll give them equal support wherever we find them being disadvantaged. And see some of the issues, sometimes they want to be heard, they want to be seen, they want us to speak about it, but the passion with which the ministry leads or champions girls' issues and women's issues, the same passion, then I share a member in Yama as well. And Omunka Omwakuma and we are with them. The ministry is taking care of these issues holistically.
Yeah, call Edia Semina Obeka Chato, Edia Trek Ghana for who constituents or more pro and I will be our TVXYZ 80 power 97.9 Sabri.
You Mamindi Kain and Moase say more create this opportunity namine or man for engage me pese me da Moase se mo to sa anamono near etosumi me pese me di enchia my dika enchia His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, and I want your vice president who say many Ghana for any but we are thankful to God Almighty to have her back. It's a thing of a great joy. Me pese me di nchia kese so ema me kromo for krowo bi fe me hanye afi aya neba ni na wo denshi ojugba nyomodromo na eba wo wala kehi wale kenye mo kenina mo bona fe ni papa ni wo gbla fe eba hwie wo here alonte dinko akafo wote afi beneka bi wo hye wo ye je ni wo ye keke shi wo ye hiwalemle ni wo ya no wo hweli fe boni abani na wo afi ne ewo mimba ke wo fe ekumi ni wo kedamo onupa ife se traditional leaders, political leaders mo fia mo say ni wonye wo twakro wo machine akenye manson lo maya no ni masomonye yegbe papa no kenoko ni no nu hihye ti obenkemi in baby bio no ta obeni wo fi ole tata o fe oba fe kumi ni wo twakro wo ma wo machine Ghana manfo nyina medi nchia kese e na ebremo pese moti ase say it's a long journey but minim say nyina ye kambo mu a step at a time no nia ye pese ye with the mandate ayama ministry no ye betimi atusa na mo ne nyina ye ho atoye issues of abuse work communities mono muntwi emben ye babia ye ni no yenim se mo ani wo ho enti muhu bibi se ekoso a enya mutwi ben ya ye betimi aka abom ana the nearest police station does to 4 ewo ho so that we will get rid of this abuse within our communities. Yenim say nyamiadom ministry no will live up to expectation. Me do bibia or shame any obibia or timine ase. Thank you so much from the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Enti your toll free lines are issues of abuse any yakayaka dear ewo communities ni mo a obetimi afre yenti wo credit bia yenji wo hwe ise what say bibi personal person will report to a toll free numbers no ba ko ye 0800 800 800 0800 ana 800 800 800 back also ye 0800 900 900 0800 900 900 and ye wo 0800 111 222 0800 111 222. These are toll free numbers. Who fra yenti oshe yenji oshe na wa report to issue. Nyame shira mu nyina.
Honorable Agnes na mumu latte yeda sesam bon komo unya time and so edema chubenkemi and the number tiase fa. Honorable you are doing.
Yo, boy, you are doing my job.
Okay. I was about the Jubilee in AC, or Ase, Dwabo Ase, or Power 97.9, TVXYZ, Honorable Agnes, now Momulatina, yet says one also Eddie, Nema Walker, Nenisra Dihunu, or Dinina, Etuga, Eddie Emmanuel. Yet the communities here, most of the questions I would go back, not say who be here, say an never bonkoma. Why not? Yanano ever sign Abonko Bubium, because one TVXYZ. Na Santi Power 97.9 FM. Me the Piesie Okrah but my bombrani Boys Prefect Chief Tankers Honorable Without Constituency. Edamu nyina ase. Yabasa shebu.